Hey, hello, folks. Sorry about the glow under my hat here. Bad lighting tonight. That's a whole story in itself. But it is so good to see y'all. Uh, no fancy intro or nothing tonight. I'm going to shout out the folks that jumped in and hanging out. First person that jumped in on the chat was me, Dibble, and I'm having trouble reading the chats, but I can see them pretty good if I put them on my screen down here. So that, oh my God, a chat at 1 a.m. I forget. Yeah. You know, when you're from the UK, Europe, sorry, it is what it is. Yeah. And then we had Tuna Emperor. Hey, hey. There's Kathy. Good to see you, Kathy. Glad I'm back. Well, yeah, I'm back for tonight. And oh, that was Tuna again. There's Chrysler Imperial. Hey, good to see you, Chrysler Imperial. Shared it out. That's awesome. There's Metal Music Maniac. Yeah, awesome. Good to see you. Kirk Whippers, Voyager Center. Tim, great to see you. There's Dr. Smith. Awesome. Awesome. Great group of folks hanging out here tonight. There's Joe W. Life Adventures. Joey, great to see you too. And James, great to see ya. Great to see ya. There's Mike's Outdoors and Adventures. Awesome. And then there's Phil. There's Everything Spicy. He's in the basement. He's hanging out in the basement. He'll be up here real soon. There's Mikvas. Great to see ya. Yeah, I hope everybody's well too. We'll catch up tonight on everybody. There's Saucy Shane. Hey, brother, great to see ya. Oh, I hope I don't miss anybody. There's Eileen. Hey, Eileen. Hi, sweetie. There's Freeman James. Great to see you, brother. There's Running Water. He was in the basement, but he's driving. So I ain't going to let him up here. He's driving. He'll run somebody over. There's me, Dibble. Hey. Great bunch. There's Canoe Hound. Now, Dennis, I got to tell you something. It's got to do with that, what you needed for the package. Yeah. I'm going to explain myself on that one here in a bit. Phil. Oh, there, guys. That is nice, Phil. That's great. That's one thing live streaming doesn't do for a channel. If you're not live streaming, it doesn't generate a lot of revenue. So I thank you very much. That really goes a long ways, buddy. Let's see who else we got going here. Oh, I think I'm getting close to the bottom here. Hey, look at there. Go Gimmick Range, Wildcraft, Bushcraft. Awesome. Been curious how the camp host life is going. Yeah, I'm going to get into that. I love it. I just love it. Yep. Oh my gosh, I haven't seen you in so long, sweetheart. Hey, Pilo. I miss you too, girl. Oh, it's so good to see Pilo. That's it. I got to the bottom there. I'm going to bring my guests up here. Oh, I lost one. So I'll bring the only one that's left in the basement. I lost one. Oh, Mike's Outdoors.
Oh, there's Eileen.
Thank you so much, Mike. Oh man, and Eileen, love you too, girl. So, geez, Can you believe it? Been 12 days, man. 12 days since I was last live. Well, I haven't been dead for 12 days, but the I I have to say, yeah, there's two loves in my life, and that's camp and YouTube. And yeah, the problem is the two of them don't marry together that well, you know.
It could here in a couple months.
Yeah,
it could.
Yeah, I get my Starlink equipment, and boy, I'll tell you what, this old boy's going to be in heaven. The New Kitchen World, hello. Welcome to the show. It is great to see you. Yeah, you know, so the last time I streamed and talked to you guys, it was the night before I was leaving for camp. The next morning, I got out of here an hour late. Didn't show up to camp until about 10 after 7 that morning. I didn't get out of here until about 6 o'clock. I wanted to be out of here at 5.
Oh.
But, yeah, last minute. There's always last minute crap that delays you. I got to camp and I backed in and I looked around camp and I thought, I wonder how many days it's going to take me to get set up. Actually, it only took me 2 days to get set up where everything was functional. And within 4 days, man, it's just like home. It's not just functional, it's comfortable. Everything's comfortable. A long Ethernet cable. I'd need one that's about 4.5 miles long. That's all. Yeah. That's the nearest internet connection we got. I could use a hotspot, but starting Memorial Day weekend on, that tower bottlenecked so bad that people said you try to stream and it's almost impossible. And
yeah, it's probably not good for video.
Yeah. One of my campers said that would come there later in the season, and he said, you can't even watch something streaming, you can't watch a video or nothing. And, hey, Dojo, it's good to see ya.
That's not what camping's about. You can do that crap, the other 350 some days a year. You're camping.
It's a little different when you're camping for 137 days.
Like I'm talking about
a normal camper
saying that they can't watch anything. It's a different story.
But
for going there for a few days or a week,
yeah,
you should try to be as disconnected as you can be, because you don't get much of a chance in the world today anymore to be disconnected. Usually, if you're disconnected, it's forcefully.
Right. Right.
You broke your phone, whatever.
Yeah. That's one thing. Now this week, it's been a nightmare. Okay, so I get here last night and I thought, I'm happy. I got a bunch of videos I'm going to upload, right? Hi, Lizzie Ann. And I go to at camp, I was able to render them in Filmora, but it wouldn't allow me to export them as a video file ready to upload to YouTube unless I was connected to the internet. And I thought, well, that's no big deal. I burned all of those projects on a hard drive, brought the hard drive with me, figured I'd plug it in, and all I have to do is just export each one of them, and then I can upload them to YouTube. Oh, no, it won't let me do that. It won't read those files off of that external hard drive because the hard drive designation is different. So it can't find nothing. So you got to go in there and it basically rebuild each video. So I had to go in there and I had 12 videos that I had rendered that I figured I'm going to be uploading to YouTube. Well, I hope you guys will be happy with 7 of the 12 because I'm done, man. I am done with it. I had to rebuild every single one of those videos in Filmora, export them, then upload them. But I got all 7 of them uploaded, and each one of them for the next 7 days, starting tomorrow morning, will be public at 8 a.m. every morning for the next 7 days. So,
that's cool.
So when I get back on Wednesday, we'll do the live stream that night, and you will have had access to 7 different videos from the last 2 weeks there at camp. And a couple of them are short, but interesting. I managed to catch some elk on film, and we got a dang elk herd that likes to hang around near camp there.
Well, that's cool.
And they were right smack in the middle of the damn road when I was heading to what they call Clam Lake Junction. It's just a gas station convenience store place because I wanted to get some bacon and eggs so I could fix myself a good breakfast the next morning. And heading down the highway, and there it is. There's 6 elk right out in the middle of the damn road. You know, if I miss anybody over there, I am sorry, but I am having Jadzia there. Hi, Jadzia.
The Native Grammy showed up.
Oh, did she?
Yep, she just popped in.
Native Grammy.
So, Sty, you like wings?
Wings? Yeah. I got
about 42 out in the garage I didn't eat.
That you didn't eat. I didn't get a chance. That's what really pissed me off. I was supposed to be all done with this stuff in about 2 hours. And then I was going to veg last night until 2 a.m. Well, catching up with what you were doing all those 2 weeks. I never got to watch a single one. I was so pissed off.
Well, I tried to eat 53 wings from Buffalo Wild Wing, Carolina Reaper blazing ones, for my 53rd birthday. Well, we all know I'm not a competitive eater. I can eat spicy stuff, but I'm not a competitive eater. 33 in.
Oh.
My butt wanted to let some out.
So
that ended the video. Not that I could eat anymore. I was done. But
yeah, Jadzia. I got a new Franken monk too, by the way. I got a chipmunk. This guy, I like this guy. For some reason, he doesn't like my camp kitchen. He does not like going into the screen house. And I hope it stays that way. But that little bugger, he jumps right up in my lap. I feed him pretzels. And I didn't know chipmunks will eat cheese curds. What the hell? Maybe he's a cannibal, that little one. I don't know.
There you go. Aren't they along the same thing as mice, chipmunks?
Yeah. They'll eat anything. Yeah. They say don't give them perishable type foods like cheeses and stuff like that because they take it back to their burrows and they put it in their foodstuffs, store it. And then it rots and it spoils and they get sick off of their own food then.
Oh, I thought maybe if it spoiled, maybe they get like drunk. No?
Oh, I don't know. I'll have to ask that monk if he knows how to.
There you go. Right?
If he's fermenting stuff for liquor,
Well, he doesn't have to.
Hey, Mayberry.
Don't have to store too much stuff right now. This is a good time of season.
Yeah.
Food's all over the place.
What's
up, Mayberry?
Yeah, I got a couple of big wild rabbits that are hanging out in my camp too. Yeah. I was sitting there doing a video one morning while getting ready to, just enjoying. I got some perfect sunspots in my campsite in the morning. damn, has it been cold. Holy shit. I had 3 nights where it was in the mid-20s overnight. I mean, ice. I had a glass sitting out on a table with a little bit of water in it, and had about a 1/4 inch of ice on it in the morning. The hey, Patreon Pirate, great to see you too.
What's up, PP?
But I forgot what the hell I was going to say.
It got really cold. You had water out, 1/4 ice of inch of ice on top of it.
Yeah, but that was the off topic that lost my original topic.
Well, we talked about Frank and Monk.
Oh yeah,
and T-shirts and not taking it back.
Oh, and the rabbits, you know.
And rabbits. We
yeah,
rabbits.
Yeah. And them 2 rabbits, the male rabbit, the big guy, he likes me. He comes right up, sits right next to me, just sits. The female boy, she don't want nothing to do with it. She's like,
are you checking out rabbit junk?
No.
I couldn't tell you the difference between a male and a female rabbit unless I could see the junk.
Oh no, that's not always true.
I can't. I don't know the difference.
You could tell with these 2.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
the little one was the boss, so that had to have been the female. Yeah. But yeah, that monk, he's gonna be pissed off this week. We're gonna cut his favorite tree down. What the fuck? I can't there. Oh shit.
What? Whoa.
that's a little bunny, a little bitty fella.
There's a bunny.
Yeah. Well, if you look at see the bushes there and see the wall.
Yeah.
Well, that's at the
he's only about as high as the sidewalk.
Yeah, that's the dealership that I work at. So, well, he's by about as big as your fist, if that big. But in the wintertime, we got these up on this brick wall. We've got these bushes that grow in there, and they're nice decorative bushes. And in the wintertime, they put burlap over them to keep them from the snow and stuff from destroying them. And then come as soon as they don't think there's going to be any more heavy snow, they take the burlap off. So my guess is that some rabbits found a nice warm place with some burlap, did a little rabbit humping, and made a little rabbit because I don't think that little rabbit could jump back up there. I don't think there's a place on that wall that little rabbit could jump up there. So I got a feeling that's kind of where he's been born. That's when he's been hanging out. So So he won't be long. He'll be off of there. So, but there's got to be a nest or a burrow or whatever.
Yeah.
Living.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they could have wintered underneath them bushes with that burlap over them quite well. Yeah.
Oh, perfect. And of course, all that snow gets around it. It's almost like a little igloo.
Cave. Yeah, it's just like an igloo in there for them.
Yeah, probably a perfect place to go and hang out.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I finally got my Forest Service truck. I'm happier than snot. I did a little video titled "It's Official." I think that's coming up on Saturday or Monday. I don't know. But they offered me a big crew cab and 3/4 ton crew cab, and I said, I don't need a truck that damn big. And they said, well, that truck's not going to be available for another week or 2, but we do have a truck for you to use in the meantime, and it's your choice whether you keep this one or you take the bigger one. And they brought me a Ford F-150 4-wheel drive, turbocharged V6 in it. It's a sweet little truck, and it's just a extended cab, a king cab, but it's perfect because it's got the power windows and the small doors.
Okay.
And my box of all my supplies for when I'm going around cleaning the shitters at all the campgrounds I can put that back window down. I never have to go back in the truck at every one of my stops. I can reach everything right through that window, and the tie down locations, like my water tank secure and right at tailgate and everything. It's a perfect little truck. Plus, I can get it in places you can't get that 3/4 ton in without it being a real pain in the ass, you know.
Yeah, those big trucks have bad turning radiuses usually.
Yeah, and both my campgrounds, there's campsites and crappers. You got to really jack that truck around to get the ass end of it where you got to work. And so I told him today, he called me this morning. He says, well, I could get you your big truck, he says, on Monday. I said, you keep that damn thing. Give it to Travis down there in Black Lake. I said, he's got kids. He can haul them around with him to clean crappers. I don't have anybody else, so I want the smaller truck. Yeah. But it's nice to have that truck. Hey, B lady, great to see you, girl. But I did find that having a Forest Service truck parked in your campsite, that campground where I'm staying, everybody's been the best behaved. I mean, they're quiet by 9 o'clock at night. They're not leaving a mess. When they leave, their campsite looks better than when they got there.
Respect my authority.
But when I drive up to the other campground, oh no, they skip out. Oh, we got to skip out before that Forest Service guy shows up, you know. And oh yeah, beer cans all over, garbage, and just a big fucking mess. But I found that truck, I don't know why people think there's a bunch of authority that goes with that damn truck. It's got a big sign on the side of it that says right on it that it's a volunteer host vehicle. I mean, I would, if I saw somebody with a volunteer sticker on something, I'd say, yeah, he ain't important. Definitely not important. But yeah, it's weird.
So I see Shane's got his balls back.
Got his balls back.
Oh no, he got 6 hot balls in the mail. Yeah, you missed that while you were gone too. 6 of us got on here, and we had an intimate moment with Johnny Scoville's hot balls.
That's a little freaking weird. I saw that. I saw the thumbnail and the description. I wanted to watch it. And here, I'm going to give you a quick preview. But this is my truck.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's dirty. I hadn't washed it after I had driven a bunch of back roads. But yeah,
very cool.
That's it. It's official. The boy's got a truck.
Yep. That's probably all you'll need while you're out there, huh?
Oh yeah. It's
maybe one of these days when I get your age style, I might do that. Go out and host a campsite.
It's not
camping now, aren't you?
Wait, I'm past his age.
Right. When you have the time available, like I do, then you'll do it.
Are you good at cleaning shitters, Granny?
Hell yeah.
Hey, I'll tell you what. The biggest germaphobe in the world, if they had our equipment they give us to clean those shitters, they'd be willing to go in there and clean the shitter.
Wow.
I mean, so I thought, yeah, they'll give me a box with 100 rubber gloves, and they'll give me all these other different cleaning supplies. Oh shit, no, they give you 4 boxes of those gloves. They say, shit, change them 3 times every time you clean the bathroom. And it was funny because he said, you're just like me. You don't like wearing that COVID mask, do you? I said, no, I don't. And he said, he says, I hate to say it, but I'd recommend wearing one of those when you go in the damn bathroom. You don't know what you might breathe in there.
Yeah, that's the truth.
But I told him, he brought me all my supplies, and I'm looking through it all. And this industrial soap that they use, you put it in this mosquito sprayer and you pump it up and you can spray it all over the crapper and inside of it. And heck, I spray it on the floors, and there's just as much germs on the floor as there is on that toilet rim, you know.
Oh, easy.
And that shit's powerful, man. That stuff's powerful.
That's good.
And we got these pressure washers. They're made by Black & Decker, and they use a 40-volt battery. They're lightweight, but holy God, do they have pressure. I found out you got to keep the nozzle at least 6 inches away from the surface of the floors because it'll blow the gray paint right off the concrete.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I had to order a can of gray paint this morning so I could repaint one of my bathroom floors that I peeled the paint off of with that pressure washer.
Wow.
It's so strong. But I had asked them for a toilet brush. I said, I know damn well there's going to be some of those that got crap caked on them. You ain't going to get it off. He goes, you sure you're going to need one of those? I said, yeah, I'm sure. Why wouldn't a host not need a toilet brush if he's cleaning crappers? He goes, I'll bring you one. He brought me a brand spanking new one. He went to the hardware and bought it. And he says, you're the only host that's asked for one. Well, after using that pressure washer the first couple times, I go, you don't need no toilet brush, man. There is no way in hell you need a toilet brush.
What kind of pressure washer you say that is? I might need that for my bathroom.
It's Black & Decker. It's made by Black & Decker.
And
It's nice because it's got about a 14-foot hose, and you just stick the one end of the hose in a tank of water. If you got a bucket of water, or we use 6-gallon water jugs, haul a couple of them in the back of the truck, and I'll use 1 to 1.5 water jugs cleaning 5 outhouses. Cleaning.
Wow, that's efficient.
Yeah, it's really efficient. That's why I'm saying it's so damn powerful. So you don't use that much water, and then that industrial strength soap you spray on stuff, all you're doing is rinsing that soap off because everything that was under that soap is part of the soap by the time you spray it off. But yeah, lots of interesting things being a campground house. They gave me a boat landing that's got one crapper at it, and they said, would you maintain the boat landing? Well, that means I got to clean the crapper, and I got to mow the boat landing. It's got about an acre of lawn grass there. I said, well, okay, yeah, I'll take it. Well, I hadn't been there yet. So I pulled in there my first day that I had the truck, and I opened that bathroom door and I go, holy Jesus. Then he tells me, after I told him how long it took to clean that one single bath. I cleaned 4 bathrooms in the amount of time it took me to clean that one.
Dang.
And he says, we looked back in our records. The last time that bathroom was cleaned was 11 months ago. Boat landing. I mean, a lot of people use it. He said the only thing that anybody's ever done is go there and put toilet paper on the rack.
Oh, man.
They wouldn't haul the garbage out, nothing. Well, I got it all cleaned out, and I was walking around the back of it, and somebody had killed and skinned a coyote, a big coyote. And they left the hide behind the crapper outside. The rest of the carcass is nowhere to be found. But you could tell that the hide had been skinned out. It was fully caped, the face, everything's there. Just laying there to rot. That kind of pissed me off, It was quite the waste. And left that thing laying out there. And I was trying to decide, well, do I drag it off in the woods or what? And no more than said that. And I went back to my truck, and I thought, I'm going to have a cup of coffee and a smoke, and then I'll decide what to do with the dead coyote back there. I'm sitting at this picnic table that's 100 feet away from the crapper, And all of a sudden I hear a little girl screaming bloody murder. And her dad going, "What's the matter? What's the matter?" Here's some fella pulled in. He's got 2 little kids with him. And his little girl went behind the crapper and found that coyote hide laying there. And it freaked her out. Freaked her out. Well, that made my decision. I gave her a Smokey the Bear comic book. I gave her a Smokey the Bear coloring book and some crayons. And I gave her a half a dozen Smokey the Bear stickers. And now she thinks that Sty guy's the best forest ranger in the world. I said I'm not a forest ranger. I'm just a lowly old
I'm
host.
the best forest ranger in the world. Yes.
Sure. Yeah. I'm Smokey's handler. Yeah.
When Smokey wants to know what's going on, Smokey comes and sees me.
Yeah, right. No, bee lady, it won't attract any large animals, but it will attract turkey buzzards, possibly eagles. They'll eat on the hide.
What's up, Jack's grandma?
But I just hooked up to it and drug that thing out in the woods about the length of a football field, so it's nowhere near people. Jack's grandma, awesome. It's neat. I met Jack's grandma through Nicholas Green. That's cool. The Kathleen, good to see ya. She always pops up and throws that flower up there. Yeah. But yeah, it's, and then I got to try spooking some campers because my host campsite on July 10th of 2019, a fella pulled in there with his motorcycle. Right, he had this nice BMW motorcycle. Pulled a Beamer in there, parked it, put his tent up, pitched his tent, and he paid for his first night. He had the ticket hanging on the post of the campsite, in the campsite I'm using. Well, it would have been almost 2 days later. My supervisor saw that the guy's motorcycle's there, the tent's there, there's stuff on the picnic table, but there was no payment for that night. There was payment for the first night, but not the second night. So he decided he's going to pull in there and ask the guy, you going to pay for last night or not? If not, you need to leave. And he said he couldn't find the guy. So he waited around because he figured the guy's going to show up, because the keys were in the motorcycle, in the ignition. The guy's wallet and a few other personal items from his pockets were on the table. But there was a half empty quart of Jack Daniels also sitting on the table. Guy wasn't in the tent. He wasn't anywhere around. My supervisor went around the whole campground looking for the guy, couldn't find the guy. So he figured I better call the sheriff's department because something don't look right. Well, it didn't look right. They couldn't find him. They ended up dragging that whole lake. They dove the whole lake. They couldn't drag it. There's too many deadfalls in it. But they dove the whole lake. They had the dogs and searchers out there, and they searched for almost 5 weeks. His name was Richard, and they never found Richard. So these 2 couples that were staying in the campsite next to mine, they came over to visit one evening. We're sitting around visiting, and I told them about Richard. I said, you haven't had any knocking on your camper door at the middle of the night or anything, and then open it, there's nobody there. And I'm asking them questions like that. Then I told them the story of Richard. And I told them, so now because they were going out fishing every day. I said, now if you catch a motorcycle boot, I said, bring it to me right away, would you? I said, because I got a number I'm supposed to call if anybody catches a motorcycle boot. They asked me if there was a campsite, a campground nearby where someone didn't turn up missing. So I said,
right down the road is Camp Crystal Lake.
yeah, Camp Crystal Lake. Yeah, they found all them bodies.
Not all of them.
That's
Hey,
what I.
JCT.
Hey, JCT, good to see you. Board sword, hello. Hey, rain dancer. Hey, hi. But so I got to already have fun with that story with somebody. But I'm finding that so far so good. I had 3 nights in the last 2 weeks, 3 nights in a row where I had, not counting my campsite, I had 4 campers in the 4 available campsites that, or the 8 available campsites that are in my home campground. And so it was half full. So that was pretty good.
Pretty
It was
good for Maine,
colder,
right?
yeah, colder than shit. Oh my God. Yeah. I mean, even during the day, 50 degrees. Yeah. But 15-mile-an-hour winds made it feel like it was 42. Yeah. It was, and the damn wind would come off the lake. Well, you'd think that southern wind coming out of the south would warm things up. Oh no, that lake's cooling that damn air down before it gets to you. You go around to the other side of the lake and it's nice and warm. Get back to the campground where it's blowing off that lake into the camp. It was cold. It was cold, cold, cold. Richard will eventually float too. Well, you think about it. It's been 2 years.
Harry, don't expect too much from Dick, okay? Oh,
yeah. You're going out. All the gals come to that campground, go out there trying to
find
fish
Dick.
for Dick.
They're all out there looking for Dick.
For Dick. They're all out there.
We hear there's a missing Dick out here. We're gonna find him.
No, they never found the guy, lady. They never found him.
Sty's got that magical coffee
there. They had some high-end cadaver dogs out there, right? They'll find a body. If there's a body, they'll find it. And they started at his campsite and they started working out from the campsite, and them dogs kept turning around, coming right back to the campsite, right through it, and right down to the water's edge.
Mm-hmm.
And they would just stay at the water's edge. They would not, they couldn't pick his scent up anywhere except in the campsite and right down to the water's edge.
Maybe he went for a swim.
With his motorcycle boots on. They got a picture of him.
Well, of course he would drown with motorcycle boots on.
They got a security camera picture of him the day that he showed up at that campground from a local gas station. Well, everything he was wearing in that picture wasn't at the campsite. So that means he wandered off in the woods, or he went in to drink with his knee-high motorcycle boots, his leather jacket. Yeah. I mean,
it'll make it hard to swim, especially if you drink half of that bottle of whiskey.
That's it. I mean, maybe
we solved it. He drank that half a bottle of whiskey, went for a swim, fully clothed in all of his stuff. He got halfway out there and he drowned. They just can't find the body. We solved it right here. We did it.
Yeah. Somebody's going to hook onto a boat someday.
Yeah.
It's either that.
They're going to hook the biggest dick they've ever caught.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. Look at the dick we got. Is it a keeper? How many inches is it?
Yeah. How big does it have to be a keeper, Granny?
14 inches.
God, no.
Lord, no. Well, I thought 14 inches, if you cut it in half, you could share it with somebody. Oh, that's terrible. That's terrible. but I had told my supervisor, I said, did anybody consider the fact that he had this pre-planned? I mean, it's looked two-staged. His motorcycle, keys in the ignition, his wallet and other things out of his pockets on the picnic table, right out in the open, and a half bottle of Jack. And he could have walked back and forth down to that lake a half a dozen times, left his scent trail all over down there. And then somebody pulls up with a sedan and has the back door open for him, and he dives in the sedan, and off they go. And it's some bitch living in California somewhere under a different name.
Could be.
And that's what my supervisor said. He brought that up to the investigators with the county, and they said, "Oh, we've already thought of that." You know, they said, "Yeah, we're kind of looking for him all over, not just here." It said because it's very possible that he staged the whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
And I guess there was some pretty decent life insurance involved, and his daughter got all that money supposedly. He was 64 years old. So if I go missing, I got a gut feeling I want to go missing where he is, and I want a piece of that cash too, you know. And then they can fish for me in the lake for the next 2-3 years too.
Yeah, they found a lady. I don't know what forest it was and whatnot. I want to say it was out in Denver. I don't know, but she went missing, and they had all sorts of people out there looking for her. Couldn't find her. You know, they had her car and everything, and they had drones up looking for her and everything. And this one guy, his drone crashed. So they knew where his drone crashed.
Hey, Mike.
So they went up looking for his drone. When they found his drone, they found her camp. She was in a little tent. She unzipped the tent. Well, apparently she'd been living off the land for 3 or 4 months. She was skinny as hell. She was eating whatever food she had. She was rationing it so she could live. And yeah, they found her.
I heard about
that. It's not as uncommon as people think. There's, you know, the old stories of hermits. The old story of hermits is very true. You know, I mean, there's a lot of folks that just got totally off the grid and they just disappeared out in the woods. You know,
well, it doesn't take much to get turned around. So you think, all right, let me find a place, stay still. That's what they tell us. First of all, that's the first thing I tell you in the military is if they forget to pick you up from somewhere where someone knows they left you, don't leave. Don't go wandering off. Eventually, someone will figure out that you're gone, and they're going to say, "Where was the last place you saw him?"
You saw him, and that's the first place you're going to look.
That's where you should be.
Yeah, right.
So. We had a guy a couple years back kill himself around the plum orchard, our lake here, and he took and left his billfold, his car keys, all that stuff on the picnic table, and he had gas. He poured all in his trunk and all in his car, and he lit the car up and shot himself.
That's the whole thing. That's the whole thing. I asked my supervisor, I said, how do I deal with the unstables? You know, I can deal with redneck drunks, the fake tough guy. I could deal with that kind of shit. But it's the unstable characters, you know. And they might only weigh 95 pounds wet, you know. But he's got a 44 Magnum in his sleeping bag, you know.
Yeah.
How do you deal with those kind of people? And he says, hey, my supervisor, he says, the only advice I have is you deal with them from a distance.
Yeah.
He says, you do have a truck. I get in it and go check out another campground, just radio it in, have a game warden or a deputy sheriff go talk to them.
Well, you can't have your firearm out there, can you?
I can have it, can't use it. If I had to use it, they would lock me up for it.
Yeah, federal land.
So, yeah. It can't be fired in a federal. See, the campgrounds are owned and operated by the Forest Service, but they are considered part of the federal parks program, which means you can't discharge a firearm at all for any reason, even in self-defense in that location. So he told me, he says, what you do is you get your gun out of the lockbox, stick it down the back of your pants, and get that person out of the campground out into the national forest somewhere. Then deal with them. He said, just don't do it in the campground. He said, you get in big, big, big trouble that we can't get you out of. Yeah, right. I understand. Hey, scrapping together. I hope you saw me waving, by the way. We were chatting so much. I was just waving.
How you doing, Dan? That's not Dan. That's Bill. Sorry, Bill.
Yeah, that's Bill.
That's Bill.
That's
Bill was up on my panel
Andy.
for the first time the other day.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I think it was Sunday. I haven't done a live stream since Sunday. Monday night, Micah was doing one for happy birthday.
And then Tuesday was
210.
210. I saw you over at 210 last night.
Yep.
I caught just tail end. I just got in the door and fired things up, and I saw 210 was still running, so I popped it up, and I saw you in the chat.
Yeah.
I thought I ain't saying nothing because I'll get drug into shit.
Right. Well, even tomorrow night, my wife's gonna come home from her mom's, where she's been gone the last 4 nights, so she ain't gonna. Well, it wouldn't be nice of me to be down here on my computer doing live streaming stuff if she just got home. It would mean like I didn't miss her, so I probably won't go live tomorrow night. So we'll have to make up for it on Friday. We'll have a wing dinner. I was thinking we might have to do this challenge and see if we can't get.
I gotta pop that.
These are Carolina Reaper cheese balls.
Oh, the cheese balls.
Yeah, these are the ones that Zach said if I could eat this whole bag, he'd shave his beard.
No, Zach?
Yeah, live. He said it. He was drunk, but he said it.
See, that's it. Boy, some of us got to learn to just keep our mouth shut.
Yeah, put anything up but your beard, right?
Yeah. Clouds and Stouts tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I tell you, that's one thing out at camp. After the sun sets, and I've been around the campfire for an hour or so after the sun's down, and the loons quit singing, I go to my camper, or I fire. I sit there with the laptop and edit videos and crap and call it a night. And I'm just, if I only had the internet, man, if I had the internet, I know I would have live streamed several times if I would have had access. At a certain point, how do you pass your time before you call it a night? And especially if you're alone out there, I'm not camping with someone else. We're not hanging around the fire pit till 11, 12 o'clock at night. One thing I did notice, though, is, man, I hit the rack at about 11, and I'm up by 6:30, 7 o'clock at the latest, sleeping like $1 million, typically 8 hours solid. And that part's good for me. I get home here, and last night I go to bed, and I had a hell of a time sleeping. It was too comfortable. I didn't have to have 4 layers of quilts and my sleeping bag and keep from freezing to death in that trailer. It's going to be nice this week, though. It's going to be nice this week. Yeah, I read books.
You can read?
Yeah, I can. I'm kind of slow, but I'm old. Okay. Yeah, I read. You bet.
Well, I remember you used to have all those library books behind you. Now you just got canoes.
Yeah, canoes.
Canoe.
I'm not here doing
good canoes.
I'm not doing Sty stories right now. the yeah,
What?
when I had the wilderness camp, yeah, I read all the time, man. I had a full set of encyclopedias and I read every single one of them buggers. I'd sit there with a tea candle and they last about an hour and a half. I'd light one of those and I'd read under that candlelight until the candle went out. Then it was bedtime. Yeah. I'm loving this coffee because I went without coffee all day today until this stream because I'm almost out. It's all at camp. All
Oh,
my coffee and creamers all at camp. I get home and I go, oh, I'm gonna have a cup of coffee. And I looked and I go, oh shit. I got enough to maybe do the stream tomorrow night, and that's it. So yeah. Oh, I had to shake it out early this morning.
what?
I had to shake it out early this morning. Yeah, you can take that several ways, can't you? But I had to get my butt to the next town. It's 35 miles from here. I had to get my tail over there by 9 o'clock so they could give me my second COVID shot.
Ah,
Ah.
Yeah. And they told me, they said, your arm's going to start aching in a couple of hours, 2-3 hours. It'll start to ache. It don't ache at all. I don't feel, yeah. And it's
That's
been,
awesome.
and it's been a lot of hours, 10 up, almost 11 hours. So yeah, that's cool.
no, you need to
And,
leave.
and I told my supervisor, I said this morning, I said, yeah, I got my COVID shot this morning, my second one. And he said, well, you know,
Come on.
some people get a fever and flu-like symptoms from the second shot, and they feel kind of crappy for a couple of days, usually 24 to 36 hours, and that's it.
Go.
He says, you don't even have to do anything when you get back to camp. Just take a couple of days and don't do nothing. I said, that ain't happening. That ain't happening. These people are so disgusting in those bathrooms, I'm telling you. My supervisor said, God, I really like how you keep the bathrooms. He said, you want to come to my house and do mine? I said, you need a wife. He says, I do have a wife. I got a wife and 2 kids. He says, but our bathroom's not as clean as the outhouses at your campgrounds. I said, I'm kind of, yeah, I got a bathroom phobia. A bathroom's got to be clean. The where my campground is that I stay at, my second campground is 13 miles away, and partway between those two is this boat landing that I maintain. Okay. But then halfway between the boat landing and my campground, there's another campground on the lake that has the boat landing. But that campground has been closed for several years. So I parked there and I walked down in there, and Crazy Ann beat the hell out of me if she heard this. I didn't grab my GoPro. I just got out of the truck, grabbed my hiking stick, and I hiked down into that campground. Well, it's a long hike down into that campground. It's a half mile down in there, and then you got the big loop. And it's only got 10 campsites there, but it's a good sized, stretched out kind of campground. The sites are spread out. And there's only like 4 sites that are on the water's edge. But they closed it down. And I walked through there and I could not figure out for the life of me why they would shut that campground down. And it's got one outhouse, modern vault toilet, I opened the door of that thing. I said, holy shit. If I had to clean that, it would be a full day. It would take a full day to clean that one bathroom.
Hmm.
Well, of course, it hasn't been cleaned in 6 years.
Oh,
But
geez.
people have been hiking in there or taking their boats across the lake and camping over there and using that shit house. And well, there's no toilet paper in there, nothing. It's nasty. Nobody's ever cleaned it. The floor is covered with garbage, and the I it appears they must have pumped the vault when they shut the campground down because the vault's only about half full. So
Hmm.
so but I couldn't find a good reason why it was closed. So I'm on my way out, and it's a long uphill hike up this road. That road's all going uphill on the way out for about at least a quarter of a mile. I'm about halfway to the top, and at the top, it curves off to the left real tight. And all of a sudden, it sounded like a herd of horses. Clomp, 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 clomp. All of a sudden, 5 elk come running around that corner down that driveway into the campground, and I'm standing in the middle of that driveway with my hiking stick. I'm like, oh shit. They were so close. I didn't even think I should try to move to the side, just stand there and try to defend myself. 2 of them ran on each side of me. I could have taken that stick and poked all of them. They were that close. The 5th one runs right up to me. I could have taken that stick out and whacked her right on the nose. And she was a big, big cow elk. I mean, her nose was at my eye level. I mean, she was like a small horse. And she stopped and she just looking at me. And one ear would go forward and she'd switch back and forth like that, back and forth. And I go, are you going to move or am I going to move? And it's just like she understood me. She sidestepped off to the side, and I just walked over to the other side. She slowly walks by, watching me like, don't you try to touch me, you know? I could have got my ass. I could have gotten my ass run over by a herd elk. That would have been one for the history books. Yeah, I use a Coleman lantern in my trailer for about 45 minutes every night, just while I get my bed made up and everything ready for the end of the night. And in that 45 minutes, it gets it up to about 70 degrees inside my trailer. I crawl in the bunk, and by the time it gets where it'd be chilly, I already fallen asleep. So yeah, it works good. Everything works out so good for me.
Yeah, I don't mind chili on my face as long as the rest of my body's warm.
Did y'all just hear me telling somebody to go?
What did you
No.
say?
Somebody tried to walk in my front door.
Did you say hi to
Well,
Samantha?
someone came in your house?
They if the door wasn't locked,
Oh,
they
the
would.
Twisted Art Lady. Hi.
I told her she kept
Twisted
banging.
Art Lady is Samantha.
Right.
Okay.
But
Where's Samantha?
I told you I can't see that chat or the
Right.
damn tonight, and I'm looking for one of the Samanthas, and I was like,
I did. That's
Then
why,
I
that's why
saw-
didn't
then
say
I
out
saw
loud,
her.
hey Sam, because you would have thought that Samantha's there. So I didn't say it out loud.
She tried to be lady. I told her to get out of here. I didn't know who she thought I was, but she better leave. And she started down the steps and she turned back around. I said, fucking go.
Wow.
"Ooh, you got your orders."
Drunk.
A
She's
Coleman
drunk.
camp stove run off gasoline. See, I wish I still had my Coleman stove with the tank on it, because all I would run in there is high grade gasoline.
Hey, Dr. Smith.
I'd buy a couple gallons of premium gasoline, unleaded gasoline, and run that in them. It's cheap. compared to buying canned white gas. The
Why you gotta be white gas?
well, that's what they recommend.
Hey, sir, Chad.
I don't know why they're so picky that it's got to be white gas. The elk whisperer. Oh no, I almost screamed my guts out when them things ran straight up to me. And then B lady was asking earlier if they hunt. No, there's no hunting season on our elk herd in Wisconsin. Our elk herd, they started out with, oh gosh, I'm trying to recall. It's like 27 elk, right? We're up to nearly 80 now. And they only introduced them just a few years back. There's the total herd count is over 80. Once the herd hits 1,400, then they'll open up a hunting season and allow so many hunts, so many to be taken. Hey, Nicholas Green, good to see ya.
Did you miss Cinco de Mayo too?
Oh, yeah, Stinko.
Did you miss Cinco de Mayo?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We got these at work. They our finance department. I feel like Granny. I feel like I got to stick it on my tongue and act a fool.
Oh, you feel that that you're obligated to do that?
Look at there, Granny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See now,
little Jose Cuervo.
Okay.
See now, Granny would have lasted twice as long if she would have poured each one of those in a glass and then drank them
and sipped it.
Yeah. Oh,
smooth.
Hey, Cheesehead, good to see ya. There was an elk hunt the last 2 years. Where? I want to see that, Chris. I was just talking to the wardens. On Monday with a group of campers about the elk herd, and the wardens said there has not been an authorized hunt. So if there has been, I'd like to know about it so that I give these people good information. Hey, Lone Star, good to see ya.
Lone Star. Special
draw, huh? I wonder where, because they wouldn't have done it in our district, because we're actually where my campground is and where this small herd of it. There's 2 small herds there. Collectively, there's about 15 total. And where I'm at, they would never have a hunt in there because that's all they have is about 15 elk. They're outside of what they consider the elk boundaries that they thought would be their range. They're outside the range. They've moved outside the range by about 15 miles north, and that's at Clam Lake. I don't believe it, Chris. I'm sorry. I can't. You're going to have to give me a link or something to where that can be proved, because I've talked to the wardens from that region, and they said there has not been an authorized hunt for elk in Clam Lake. Now, they may have special permitted some of the property owners plus the tribal hunt. I don't know. The tribes, Glyphwick, the wardens we were talking to were Glyphwick wardens. So I'm sorry, Chris. You might be very accurate, but I can't just I just can't take the word for it. I got to see where's that documented that happened, because then somebody's lying to me. Yep. That's where here in Wisconsin, our tribes have hunting rights in the ceded territory, lands that they ceded to the federal government to be put on the reservation. They still have the right to hunt and fish on those lands. And I was involved on the team setting up the tribal relationship on the elk herd back when the elk herd was first being introduced. And all of the neighboring tribes at that time had totally agreed that there would be I'll check it out. I'll check it out, Chris. Let's not beat a dead elk. We got better things to talk about than just dead elk, But yeah, that was the first thing the tribe said is, well, if they come onto the reservation, we're shooting them. Well, there was nothing anybody could do about that. That's their right. That's their, the reservation. They can pass an ordinance that says you can shoot them, but they can't do that in the ceded territory. That they have to have. They got to have all of Gliffwick and the Tri-State Tribal Association agree to it. So yeah. So paid for some of the elk reintroduction. Yeah, very little though, Chris. Very little. I got the pamphlets, buddy, if you want to know how the elk ended up there. Yeah. It was a large organization from Yellowstone, in fact, that financed the lion's share of putting those elk in Wisconsin. Yeah. It's out-of-state money. Out-of-state money. It wasn't tribal. It wasn't local DNR money. It's like everything else. Everybody's got this tidbit, that tidbit, and all of a sudden it turns into the whole history. The oh yeah.
I'd love to be camping right now. Good fresh air. Be out there in the fresh air. Although lately I've been out in the fresh air, but the fresh air I've been breathing it too heavily. Been like,
yeah. I like this. I can smoke like a chimney. I'm at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't smoke out there?
Oh no, I can. But whenever I'm in the Forest Service truck, I can't. You can't. Okay. Yeah, no smoking in a government vehicle. And when I'm around other campers, unless they come into my campsite, I don't smoke around them.
Yeah, probably.
And even if I've walked into campsites and they're standing there smoking, I don't light up. No,
none of the campers have been wearing masks, have they?
No.
No, good.
No. And Forest Service employees don't wear them either.
Huh?
Forest Service employees don't wear them either. But we are supposed to wear them if we're riding together in a vehicle.
I gotcha.
So if there's two or more of us in a vehicle, we're supposed to be wearing the masks because we're within 6 feet of each other.
Sure.
Otherwise, they figure, thanks, Chris, I'll check it all out. But yeah, I'll be out there, and we got a couple of Forest Service employees. They pull in and they're doing their rounds. They got their masks on, and it's like, you're alone in the truck.
They look like oddballs, right?
It's like, why are you doing that? They don't even know.
It's a new sticker from Zach from Texas Hotspot. That's his Facebook channel.
Oh, that's cool.
Tongue burner.
That is.
There you go.
There, focus, good. Yeah.
Focus helps.
Yeah. That's a nice sticker, man.
Let's stick this over here on the fridge.
That's a nice sticker.
I've got a sticker fridge now. So now that I don't have the board anymore, I got a sticker fridge.
That's something I got to do, but I'm not doing that until in June when I got to make sure the weather's really good. I got to get all these channel stickers on that trailer, Man, I've been passing out stickers left and right. I'm going to have to order more. everybody out there wants a sticker. Even the Forest Service rangers. Hey, I thought I'd stop and introduce myself, and while I'm at it, hey, by the way, can I get one of your stickers? That's all the only reason they wanted to introduce themselves. They're there to get a free sticker.
Nothing else. Dang it. Got to send him some stickers. Guys have to send him some new stickers.
Yeah, I was surprised. I figured, my generator. I tell you what, I bought that Predator 3500, and I had a bunch of people tell me, "Oh, no, buy the Honda 3000. It's the best generator out there." I am so thankful I didn't, because that Predator 3500 has better output than the Honda to start with. It's running 10 decibels quieter than the Honda, and it costs $800 versus $2,200. So, I mean, I can, for the price of 2.5 Predators, I can go through 2.5 Predators in the lifetime of a Honda and still break even.
There you go.
And I fire that thing up, and I ran it on economic mode for 12.5 hours, and I still had a quarter of a tank of gas left in it, and the tank only holds 2.5 gallons. That thing was, I mean, for just a little over $3, I ran that thing for 12.5 hours.
Wow.
And it ran everything, my computer, monitor, all that, all the peripherals I had hooked up to it, and 5 battery chargers that were all pumping out juice. And yeah, I could not believe how good that thing was. And then to make it even better, here comes my supervisor in the other day, and he says, "Hey, I got something in the back of the truck for you." And I went over there, and there's a 5-gallon can of gas. He says, "I figure you need that for your Jenny." And I said, "Okay, yeah. Brought my own 5 gallons. I just topped off the tank with the last half of that 5-gallon can, and I won't need gas for a few days." And he says, "Oh, I'm going to bring you a 5-gallon can at least once or twice a week. So you run your Jenny all you want." He says, "We'll bring you gas. Don't worry about that." What the hell?
There you go.
Get up in the morning, start the generator. I ain't going to run it if there ain't something to use it for,
Yeah,
well,
you
especially
better
on $3 a gallon right now.
keep that gas, Sty. It might make you rich one day.
That's it. Yeah. Get rich off of it. That's right. Start my own pipeline.
There you go.
Yeah. Just see, the thing is they bring you a can and they want the can swapped with an empty, right? So he told me, make sure you got a couple of 5-gallon cans around so you can dump ours into one of yours, and then we'll swap you a full one, And he says, when you end up with 2 or 3 5-gallon cans full, then you just call me and say, "Don't bring me one for a while." Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and then the truck I got, flex fuel, right?
Oh, really?
Well, it's federal regulations say that if you're driving a government vehicle and it uses flex fuel, you have to go within, you don't have to go over 3 miles out of your way. But if there's a gas station within 3 miles, one way or the other from another gas station, that has E85, you got to go get the E85. So right away I thought, oh, geez, I don't know if our local gas station has E85. So I checked yesterday, and the only gas station down there we got for, oh, geez, 20 miles any direction doesn't have E85. I said, yes. So my truck is waived. I get to fuel up with just regular, yeah.
Guys reading Cheesehead Chris's.
Oh yeah. You can give it up, Cheesehead. I'm going to look into it, man. You don't have to do it all on tonight's stream. Relax. Shellax. If you get a license, I'm only repeating what I was told by game wardens and the Forest Service. So, that's the but if you get a tag, Cheesehead, and kill an elk, then doggone it, you're showing up next year's camp with some elk steaks.
Hike with Mike. How you doing, man?
Hey, Hike with Mike. It's been a while, buddy. Good to see you. I tell you what, they give me this box full of flyers to all of the different attractions in the area that I can give out to campers.
You have attractions?
Attractions.
You have attractions?
Attractions. Yeah, waterfalls and things like that. Not those kind of attractions. No.
Okay.
No. But
come see
everyone. Well, I was going to say every once in a while, certain campsites got a freak show going on, but that's not. That's not a given.
Guy.
It's not guaranteed. But they give you this. They give you comic books about Smokey the Bear, coloring books of Smokey the Bear, and they give you it's like board games are printed out on sheets of paper for these kids to play, and a whole shitload of Smokey the Bear stickers. Well, then I find out this morning, he goes, well, how about the snap bracelets? Have you given any of those away to the kids? I said, what snap bracelets? He goes, oh my gosh, we got snap bracelets. We got Smokey the Bear dog tags. I'll bring you a whole bunch of that shit. And I said, really? I said, we had this little girl in the other campground. I'm up there trying to clean bathrooms and work on some of the campsites, and that kid was screaming constantly. That's all she did. Screeching, screamy little girl, And she comes by this campsite. I'm cleaning out the fire pit, and she yells, "Hi, mister!" Hi. And she just, had to yell it, "Hi, mister." And I go, say, come here a second. And I walked over to my truck, reached in that box of pamphlets and shit. I got her 3 Smokey the Bear stickers and a coloring book and a comic book and a little box of crayons and give them to her. And I said, now you can go back to your campsite, sit at the picnic table and color and read the comic book. And she goes, I haven't got any money. I can't buy this. I go, no, it's a gift. And I said, the best way to pay for it is to be quiet when you're in the campground. I said, you're scaring all the animals away, all the chipmunks and the birds and everything. You're scaring everything away. I was there for 2.5 more hours, didn't hear a peep out of that little girl. And she was screaming for the first 3 hours I was there. After I told her that, didn't hear a peep out of her. Her dad walks over, catches me. I was at the last restroom, cleaning it, getting ready to head out of there. He comes walking over. He goes, I want to tell you thanks for giving my little girl that Smokey the Bear sticker. And I go, oh, you're more than welcome. He goes, no, you don't get it. Thanks, like fuck you, he says. I go, what? And he goes, I get my damn truck to run to town to get some hamburger buns, and right smack at eye level on my windshield on the inside is Smokey the Bear looking at me. She stuck that sucker right in front of his face on the windshield. And he goes, them stickers are pretty good. I've been picking at that thing for about 20 minutes. It don't want to come out. And I got a couple of those razor blade scrapers. I got one out of the truck, said, here, that'll take it off. He come back with that scraper and he said, carry those scrapers on purpose, don't you? I go, yeah. I was wondering why they had that in my kit, but now I know. Now I know why. Yeah.
You ever see one of those minivans where on the kids sliding glass door thing, kids got a dozen plus stickers on the inside of the glass. I'm thinking, as an adult, kids love it. That's great. I couldn't keep those on there. The first one would go up. I'd tell my kid I'd scrape the son of a bitch off the sticker, not the kid, and
yeah, scrape off that kid right off.
And they would know not to stick another sticker on my damn glass. Oh.
I'll never forget. This is back in the 60s. We went to the Black Hills, and we went through the Dakota Badlands, and they got that big dinosaur park there and stuff. All this tourist shit out there. And in the 60s, it was really big. And my dad had just bought a brand new 1964 Chevy Impala 4-door. That thing was so plastered with stickers and bumper stickers. I mean, people were putting bumper stickers over other people's bumper stickers. You go into a restaurant, you're eating, you look out the window, and there'd be 5 people waiting their turn to stick a sticker on your fucking car.
That's awesome.
And my dad says, you can yell at them, it doesn't do any good. He says, I go out there and yell at them, chase them off. By the time I get back in, 5 new ones will show up. He says, all I can do is wait till we get home and try to get them damn things off of my car. And the whole ass end of that new car was just plastered with all these North Dakota and South Dakota stickers. Where'd you go for your vacation this year? Just look at the back of the car.
Right.
Went
to the funny farm. Look at all these damn stickers.
Yeah.
Didn't go camp and went to the funny farm. Well, I got a bunch of stickers on the back of the glass of my pickup truck. I probably have 8 or 9, I would say, from my Marine Corps stickers to my channel stickers to a couple of Facebook channel stickers. I probably got 8 or 9, but on the glass, I don't have anything on metal.
Right.
On glass, that shit you can just scrape that shit off and you're back to square one. Although everybody knows me by my truck. I mean, it doesn't matter where I go. If you know me and you know my truck, you know it's me, because my truck, my redneck stickers on the back glass, and you don't see the color of my truck on too many Tacomas out there, period, especially in the state of Michigan. So, so and of course, it's been around for 357,000 miles. So,
yeah, just
still humming along. Every now and then it makes a little noise or it acts a little funny, and I'm like, but still going strong.
Yeah. Yeah, hike with Mike, I'm that way too. I love this early season. My busiest time in the last 2 weeks, I had four campsites occupied. By 8 o'clock in the evening, it was dead quiet in that campground. None of those campers were noisy. In fact, I went and did my before dark walkthrough of the campground. They were all doing what I was doing before I did my walkthrough. They're all sitting on the lake's edge, watching and listening to the swans and the loons. Everybody just taking in, listening to the birds sing and thinking, God damn it, I got to go home tomorrow. And I'm thinking, Oh, I only have 126 days left,
Just like Sty's channel. Everybody here to listen to the loons. There you go.
There you go. Yeah. Yep. Yep. I got a
Unfortunately, I'm part
video.
of that.
I got a video going up on Sunday, I think it is, called Loon Song. And it was just one evening where I was sitting around the campfire and damn loons kept singing. So I just set the camera up on the water's edge and just recorded them singing. And I thought, man, you hear all these loons constant. It's just like one of my live streams, It's yeah, I felt right at home. I got a bunch of loons squawking at me. Yeah.
Yeah, B-Lady, that's all screwed up. We got like 6 or 7 factories, Chevy factories, shut down right now due to the chip shortage. So,
oh, that's just, I mean, Running Waters was ordering a new laptop, and
that's affecting a lot of things, right?
And his is on back order for 2 months, and they don't know what the final cost will be because of the cost of, if you got a soundboard at all, if you got a audio video board, that's cost you right now to buy the board that's supposed to go in this computer he was ordering. If you buy just the board, you could buy 3 of those computers with it. What it cost you to buy that damn board. It's insane. It's insane.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing there, B-Lady. They're talking about making them in the U.S., but they're saying it'll take a year
to get
before
geared
they're
up.
fully up and running. So yeah, and we're all in the freaking poorhouse by then. No, we got money. I'm not worried about it. I mean, we got money saved. My wife works, so although I'm not making nowhere near what I was making doing my job, we'll get by. We always do. We always find a way. We've been worse off before, so always find a way.
Yeah, I always said through my life, if you hit one of them down phases and you're going, well, life goes on. It might not be the most comfortable, but it's going to go on and things will get better again,
If you're in a business like that, there are ups and downs. There are times where, it's like shooting fish in a barrel, and then there's time like there's no fish in the barrel.
That's right.
So, it is what it is. You don't overspend when times are good, and you tighten up the belt. Even though my belt is getting bigger, you tighten up the belt when you have to. So that's all. Just got to make a few extra bucks on my YouTube channel. It all goes back into YouTube, so it's not like it's going anywhere.
Well, and that's it. I feel kind of bad because in one of my videos of this next 7, I'm in there. I'm on the video saying, "Oh, by the way, I got this feature down below the video, the applause. You can help support the channel with an applause. $2, $3, $5, whatever." JCT, and then after the video was all done, I'm just like, why'd you even go there? Well, yeah, I mean, by this time of the month, right now, my revenue, by this time of the month, any other month, the revenue I'm getting is about 25% of what I was used to because of live streams.
Yeah.
There, even for ad revenue, it dropped way off because not as many views, and I'm hoping that the regular video posts will help, and then doing a stream once a week will at least, keep the channel's head above water. And hey,
Alexander, how you doing, man? Old Country Farming Home and Gardeners Guild.
Yes, Alexander. I like the Alexander part so much.
Alexander.
Yeah, it's a great channel name, but oh my gosh, you better be take a deep breath and then start saying, yeah.
Well, lucky you don't have to build a house, Granny. Luckily, whatever they pull onto your property will already have been built prior to all that lumber shortage.
Yeah,
Right.
but you know what? That don't stop them from jacking up the prices, Bill.
You are correct, my dear.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. I'm really surprised over the last 3 days. Our gas prices here in Michigan haven't gone up, with other places having no gas. But you know what? When they jack it up artificially, the state or federal gets these sons of bitches like it did back, what was it, 15 years ago, when it went up to $5 a gallon, and some places tried to charge $20 a gallon, and they got hammered with penalties.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah, if the feds could in any sense prove that you're gouging, they're coming after you.
Yeah, ours hasn't. The last 5 days, which just started more than 5 days ago, last 5 days, gas prices where I travel up and down the road have not changed a penny. So now, of course, they may run out of gas. I heard part of, I think it was Macomb, Michigan. They were saying there was like a half dozen gas stations that were out. And I'm like, well, how the hell are they out? Because all this pipeline shit is south. But you know what? They're coming north with these semi trucks to get gas to take it south. Now, I don't know. Again, I don't know that it's a reliable source. It was someone at work talking about it at the end of the day.
See, I don't get it here. Our gas prices dropped. Our prices dropped 7 cents overnight since yesterday.
Yeah, well,
our gas went down 7 cents.
Yeah, plenty of it.
And yeah.
Well, Dojo, we went from $2 a gallon before Trump was elected. We were under $2 a gallon, and we're now at $2.94 a gallon. So we've gone up $1. We've gone up. What would that be? 50%. Our gas prices have gone up 50% in 4 months.
Yeah.
5 months. So
yeah. It's kind of.
This is usually what happens,
Yeah. It seems relative to some other things, don't it?
Yeah. It's everything stayed down for the last 4 years, but I don't know. I'm not gonna start. I'm not gonna start. Not gonna do it. So I just hope everything falls back in line. I'm thinking all this lumber stuff and everything is all temporary. So artificially inflated, and they say there's some shortage of workers and things like that. So
I've already things that I've looked at. I've already seen them go up since I started looking at them. So it's like,
give it a few months. Hopefully, it'll come down. Hopefully,
it'll balance itself out.
Hopefully, it's artificially inflated. So
and this whole lumber shortage thing is, for crying out loud. I mean, there's no lumber shortage in Canada. I'm telling you.
no.
Their yards are full, but when the new administration started messing with these trade agreements, a lot of stuff quit moving. It's so iffy. They don't know if they should move things or not. And Canada's just sitting there waiting I think they're waiting for some stabilization. Then they'll flood our market with lumber. I mean,
I hope so.
They've done it before,
Not that I really need any lumber personally, but you never know.
Right.
You go to the store and grab a 2x4 for a little whacking.
Yeah.
Although I keep extra 2x4s in the garage for that. So.
Hey, bacon stuffed donut.
I don't know, big lady. Just don't know.
Yeah, that that's the thing too, is our forests have always been plagued by one kind of beetle or another. That's like the emerald ash borer up here. They still got emerald ash borer traps out because they want to see, will they have an upswing again. But man, they wiped out our ash trees up here, just wiped them out. And the tribe I worked for at the time, I got a grant for our tribal natural resources department to go out, and they harvested ash seed, and that ash seed's actually sitting in Norway in cryostatus, so that we can replant ash trees on the tribal reservation, which covers about 135,000 acres. But all the ash trees were killed by the emerald ash borer. Hey, Nick. Hey, NJ. Yeah, and that's I made a gold mine. I got back then. I didn't even think about how devastating it was going to be. But when we had the Dutch elm disease hit Minneapolis, St. Paul area, holy shit, did I make money? I had a tree service.
There you go.
Yeah, and everything.
What's up, Nick Jones? You big dummy.
You big dummy, he says.
What's up, you big
Yeah,
dummy?
I'm having a hell of a hard time reading that chat. It's peeing me off. I get to
new people.
I get to live stream once a week now, and I can't read the damn chat. So I'm gonna have to get in here and change my settings and make everything old fart size.
You mean you don't already have it at old fart size? You make it old fart size?
No. Yeah, I should. Yeah. Hell, it only takes half a second. I should do it. Just to adjust the font size of everything. Yeah, it's only at 100%. So
there you go.
Guys, I'm gonna leave y'all. I'm wore out.
Oh wow, there
Oh,
I
okay.
can see. I should have done that a long time ago. You're wore out.
Yeah, I need to go rest. I've been
What are
waking
you
up.
doing now? Aren't you resting now?
Yeah, I'm tired. My bones are hurting. I need to lay down. So
Yes. Yeah. Oh, you don't have to use all caps. No, B lady, you don't. Now, I increased my font size to 110%. Now I can read it pretty good. Yeah. Hey, Destination Great Lakes in the house.
Hey, what's up?
Well, then I'll
Andrew?
try again. Hello, Sty. How's camp? Enjoy your camp.
Was that Travis?
Warming gift. Yeah, Travis from Destination Great Lakes. Guess what? My very first day at camp, I no more than got backed in. I got my screen house up and my camp kitchen basically set up. My truck was still packed full of shit. The trailer was so unorganized. Travis sends me a text message saying, hey, if you're in camp, I'm going to stop by. I got to go up to Mellon, which is 15 miles north of my campground. And he says, on my way back through, I'll stop in. He says, I got a camp warming gift for you, like a housewarming gift, So, okay, I'll be here. He shows up and he brings me a package with 2 awesome sized thick T-bone steaks.
Nice.
And they were frozen, solid. I set them suckers out in the camp kitchen. I kept watching that screen house the rest of the day. I tell you what, a grizzly bear could have showed up and tried to get one of them, and he wouldn't have succeeded. So I had I didn't want to fire in the fire pit. It was really windy that night, so I grilled one. I just cooked one in cast iron frying pan. Are you heading out? Yeah, she headed out. Yeah. Love you, girl. But the second night, well, heck, I didn't want to keep fresh meat for multiple days, so I had steak second night too. So I had T-bone steak 2 nights in a row because of Travis. And Travis, I'm doing awesome. And by the way, Travis, I'm keeping the truck that he gave me. You get the big one. You get the big truck. I'm keeping the truck I got. Yeah. I like my F-150. Yeah, it's a great host truck. Did you see that? Were you in here earlier, Travis? I can show you my truck. There it is. It says volunteer host right on it. Yeah. Yeah. It's a
That
sweet
means
truck.
don't go to the host and start giving him a bunch of shit because he's just a volunteer and doesn't give a fuck.
Volunteers don't give a fuck.
Just saying.
Well,
that's what it's supposed to mean. Doesn't mean you don't give a fuck, but
But like I said, it's like the people don't even see that volunteer sign on there. They just see a Forest Service truck, and boy, they behave so differently. And before I got that truck, nobody asked permission to come in my campsite. They just wander right in. Hey, excuse me, but I parked that truck at my campsite. Now people, hey, Sty, have you got a moment? And then they come into the camp. It's just like their whole persona changed.
That's good. But it kind of should be like that. They shouldn't just walk in someone, even if someone works there, right? Let's say you work there and you're not a volunteer. I shouldn't just march in your campsite and start asking you questions. So,
he's hoping to have it.
Give a vest or something.
Friday. Get to camp. No, I don't. Yeah, I don't have anything that says Forest Service on it.
You don't look legit, just your vehicle.
Yeah, just the vehicle. And I don't, I don't want them to give me something corny either. I live in camo, so yeah, it can't be
camouflaged orange.
A Forest Service volunteer baseball cap would be nice. Yeah,
there you go, something.
I'd be cool with that.
An armband.
Armband's not cool. No, they're supposed to get me my host sign this week. I've just got a little plastic reservation sign that says that the campsite's reserved from April 30th to September 17th. Campground host.
Now, have you fished at all?
I haven't fished yet, but damn, a couple times I headed for the rod. The bass have been feeding around. Hey, watch it. They've been top feeding around the shoreline by my campsite.
Really?
Big time and good sized bass too. And then a guy the other night, I was sitting down there just enjoying my evening. This guy comes in with this little boat, and all of a sudden his rod's bent, and I'm like, "Whoa, what did he get into? A big bass?" And he pulled about an 11-inch crappie out.
What?
And
crappie? Holy
yes,
shit.
It's a platter size crappie.
Right.
And I had fun with that. I said, "Hey, you got to throw that back." He goes, "What? They can't be over a certain length?" I said, "No, you got to throw that back because that's mine. It's in front of my campsite."
It's granddad crappie. And
then he started laughing, He says, "Sorry, but that one's going in the frying pan tonight."
Yeah.
I said, "Yeah, I'm sure." Sty in a Girl Scout sash. Thanks a lot, Running Water.
There you go. Get him like a
Jeez.
camp counselor or something. A sash. A sash would look pretty, Sty.
Nope, I want a Smokey the Bear hat.
So you get him a big furry hat that looks like a bear.
No.
Oh.
No.
No?
The big old style Forest Service.
Oh, like a smoky, like a drill instructor.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
We could just get you a regular old ball cap like there.
Yeah. Right.
You're always looking at me, Sty. I don't know what your
That's
problem
good.
is. You're always, always here, always watching me. I don't know.
Somebody's got to keep an eye on you.
Right? You got issues. Actually, he's been all over. He's been all over everywhere the last couple of weeks. I finally got him a spot for him. So
Yeah. B lady. Once they get my host sign up, I'm going to take a picture of it, of the front of my campsite where you can see what it looks like with the Forest Service truck and the host sign there. The way I have it set up right now, got a canopy that's strapped to my trailer, and it's 10 by 10 square. You just open the door of my trailer, step out, and I've got camp chairs there, and I got 2 folding tables. People can come in, and during the day I'll throw some pamphlets out there and stuff, and I got a clipboard. If you have any questions or concerns, leave your site number and I'll get back to you ASAP. So they can leave messages and try to make it as comfortable as possible for them. Supposedly my host sign and everything should be there when I get to camp on Friday. Supposedly. Yeah, I know the supposedly thing. Yeah. Hey, Travis, Groovy Lava Squirrel. Great to see ya. Gave you a whiteboard for that last year. Great. I've got a small whiteboard that I'm going to just leave messages on under that canopy out at the front of my trailer. So when someone comes in and I'm not there at the trailer, I'll have an informational board for them and a place I want to find or make just a note box and leave some recipe cards laying there that they can leave suggestions or questions or whatever and drop them in that box.
Well, Dennis, I hope your printing company could do a better job of spelling than putting Sty North on there.
Oh, yeah. Wouldn't that be good?
Sty North. Sty North.
The Sty North.
The Sty North.
The Sty
You
North.
gotta talk to the owner of that company there, Dennis. I mean, he's got issues.
Yeah. No, Travis, guess what? It's 22.5 miles gate to gate from my campground to yours.
Really?
22.5 miles.
What's that, about 40 minutes?
Round trip. I mean,
really?
it's all 55 mile an hour road.
That's good.
Yeah. And as long as you don't hit any elk, you make good time.
No elk crossing.
Yeah, and that's between me and his campground. That's the heart of the elk range there. So that 20 miles.
You think a doe will F up your vehicle? Hit an elk.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
50% more.
Yeah. Yeah.
And go up to Alaska, hit a moose. We might as well running your car into a tree.
Yeah, I took a drive. I wanted to see the burn. I went down and checked your campground out, Travis, and checked out all of the burn. Boy, they did a good job in there. Now, if we could get some damn rain, all that ash will settle out and that grass, boy, it'll green up in there so pretty this year. And then Day Lake, I went over there and yeah, I'd say they burnt about 80% of Day Lake. There's a couple of areas they didn't burn, but yeah, Day Lake, same thing. It looks really nice. I'm glad they didn't burn my campgrounds. because they did the what's that? You have pretty much the same duties and responsibilities. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We do the same thing. We're both hosts, and yeah, I had thought of hosting one of our campgrounds on the northern end of the forest, Birch Grove Campground, but I wasn't too thrilled with it because that campground I couldn't see staying there for 2, 3, 4 months. I just couldn't. Yeah, just that campground isn't one you want to stay in for the whole season. And then Travis, the more he talked to me about hosting, he convinced me. And then he waited for our supervisor to show up one day and said, "Oh, Chris, by the way, this is the guy that wants to host East Twin." Thanks, Travis. You couldn't let me ask a few questions first, right? Yeah, he kind of
right in the fire.
Yeah, he kind of offered me right up. So the
So that is East Twin Lake.
Yeah, my lake is about 112 acres, and then it's got West Twin Lake, which is about 50 acres.
See, I hear Chequamegon National Forest, and I don't think of the name of your campground, which is East Twin Lake, right?
Right.
Oh, okay. I answered someone's question earlier in the chat, so I completely screwed it up. So, all right.
Yeah. The national forest is the Chequamegon Nicolay Forest.
All right. I'll leave it well enough alone.
East Twin Lake is the campground that I'm at.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, hey.
The other campground is easier to remember, and that's Beaver Lake Campground. Oh, I knew
that's easier. I can't imagine. Furry little critters.
Yeah, Travis has got kind of a nice deal there. His wife, she works and then spends the weekends out at camp with them.
That's cool.
And he's a teacher, so he's got his summers available. And
cool.
And it works good for him. The whole family can camp kind of when they want. Travis is out there to do the camp chores for that free campsite. And that's the way I see it. I do all those camp chores to get that free campsite,
I miss seeing Travis up on your live streams.
Yeah.
We always added something,
Yeah. Travis is great.
Yeah.
I felt so bad when the trolls attacked him that night.
Yeah.
And he was just a panelist. He's just on here chatting with us, and they went to such an extreme and had him swatted. It was ridiculous. Yeah. Hey, B lady, his two girls, they are a lot of help, and they are awesome little girls, and if they're not thinking up something to do, I love it. They'll play pine cone hockey, the two of them, and his girls are so imaginative. They come up with things to do. They're always being occupied, and if they're bored, they're right on the water's edge fishing. They're constantly fishing, constantly. Yeah. His two girls are just awesome. His son's an awesome kid too. He ain't much of a kid anymore. He's 17 now, isn't he?
Wow.
I think.
We always used to come up with games when we go camping and whatnot. Our little campground that us and our friends would go to, we found a little hard rubber tire. I don't know, probably about 9 or 10 inches across. And we would play games where it's almost like horseshoes, but you'd find a branch that was sticking out there like a little slim, maybe 6 or 8 inches out there, and you take turns and how close and get it up on the thing. And we just, anything to pass the time and be outside and just be doing something. It was good stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I think
like you did when you were a kid. When you were a
That's
kid,
it.
you created games. You thought of something.
Right.
You created something. And even as adults, we do that still because we grew up with that.
Can't much like it this year because. Oh yeah, he went to work for the summer. There,
Oh,
that's good. That's good.
there you go.
Won't see him as much, but that's good for him. That's
Real
good
work
for
will screw up everything, right?
him. That's right. But he's 17. He can work. He can go to work. He starts getting older, and he'll be like us. Where can we come up with a reason not to?
Right.
Yeah, because when you're young, you always got a reason to work. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm finally gonna take some time off in what was it, June or July? The first 10 days of July, we're going down south for a family reunion. Don't wanna. I need the time off personally. Don't want to go down there, but hopefully, it's a lovely part of Virginia. We rented a house with 5 beds,
Oh
and
wow.
I think at least a couple of our kids are going to stay with us while we're there. And yeah, we should have a. I'm hoping it to be a relaxing time. I told my wife, I don't want to stay with anybody.
Right.
I want to have our own place so that when I'm ready to go, I can get in the vehicle, I
And
can
cut
leave,
out.
I can go back, and I can be, I don't have to feel like I'm trapped or anything in a situation. I can't just leave,
Right.
As I've gotten older, I'm kind of weird like that. I don't like being without transportation or without a way to just go
That's
and leave the situation because I feel like if I'm left in that situation, I'm not who I want to be. I
right.
feel like I'm trying to get out, and that's not a good thing for me or anybody else.
No. If you feel like it feels like a burden to be there.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah.
you can't ask somebody else to get you out of there,
Right.
and I'm that way too. I've had my boys, I've had other people say, hey, we'll go do this and this, and you can ride with. Well, it sounds like fun, but I'm driving. What? We can't all fit in your truck. Well, no, you don't get it. I'm driving, and nobody's going to be in my truck.
I'll follow you. Yeah.
I'll be there, but I got to have my own wheels. And when it's time to go home, it takes me 5 minutes to say goodbye and get the hell out of there and go home. It doesn't take me 3 hours,
Right.
And I find now that because I take that approach that I'm not locked in, that I find I enjoy myself more. They enjoy me more because I'm more relaxed, and I wish I would have learned to do that a lot younger. I mean, because it can be frustrating.
I think as I've gotten older, I just get that way. I don't want to, even in my own house, having people over for an extended period of time. I feel like you have to host or act a certain way or be
Right.
and you just want sometimes you just want to relax. I say relax and sit around in your underwear. Not necessarily I want to sit around in my underwear, but you just want to relax and not have to feel like you have to keep someone else entertained,
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's the same for them too,
Right. I think a lot of times that's where running water says I leave before anybody notices. Yeah, him and I and my youngest boy went to my granddaughter's graduation party, and it's a fairly long drive, 2.5 hours, something like that, 2 hours maybe. And all 3 of us live in the same town, and all 3 of us took our own vehicles. And the morning after, I'm laying in my tent. I got one of those tents that pop up on the box of my truck. I'm laying in my tent, and I can hear running water out there taking down his camp. He's got his own little pup tent, man. He's taking down his camp, and I hear his car fire up, and off he goes. I'm laughing to myself. And I go, well, that's my cue, time to get up and start tearing down. And then my youngest boy, he come out of his tent, and he goes, what are you doing? I said, I'm going home, man. I'm getting this shit all tore down before anybody in that house wakes up, and I'm the hell out of here. And he goes, you are not leaving me here alone. I said, you got your own truck. Pack your shit. Get out of here with me. He had to go in the house and make too much noise and woke a few of them up, you know. So I had to, I gotta go, guys, gotta go, you know. And they were upset that I was leaving, but he ended up sticking around for about 4 hours extra. And I told him that's why you take your own vehicle, so you can just go. You can just, you know, give your apologies and say goodbye and get the heck out of Dodge.
Yeah.
If that's what's going to make everybody happy, then do it.
Well, and people get used to it. If you do that often enough, people get you.
Yeah.
Give an example. Our dear friend Gemma's Journey Grace.
Yeah.
She comes up here on panel, hangs out with us, chats up a storm. When she's ready to go,
yeah. She goes. Yeah.
There's no long goodbyes.
No. and those of us that know Gemma, we never get upset like,
no.
Well, why? And we never go, well, why did Gemma leave? You know, we don't ask that question.
Why didn't she say goodbye to me? No.
That's it. Yeah, right. Yeah, she didn't say goodbye to me, and she's just gone. But no, Gemma, when Gemma's through, Gemma's through.
Yep.
And for a while there with your streams, Phil, there were so many of them where you're saying goodbye to everybody, blah, 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 and I'm done. And I go to say, see you, folks. And, fuck no. And I'm like, that son of a bitch don't let his panel say goodbye at all. He just said, bye, I'm gone. I'm out of here. And he doesn't just end the stream. He ends it and he's gone. He's not even in the backstage. And those guys just said, the rest of us on the panel are going, where'd Phil go? Guess he was done. I mean, okay, he's done. And we learned for quite a while there, that's the way Phil was. Is when he ended the stream, he was off a StreamYard. He didn't give a shit if we sat there and talked, but he's gone. I'm out. You didn't think I said goodbye. I didn't say goodbye to spend 2 hours chatting with you guys.
Well, I mean, come on. You have to admit, we have a group of people, and I'm not naming any names, but
that will keep you going
because you're tired and you want to go to bed. That will sit there and want to talk for an hour or more.
Or
I mean, I've had Ann tell me that she has been on people's back panels for hours.
Hours.
At the end of the stream.
Yeah. Yeah. I've gotten to that point.
I end the stream because I want to go to bed. Not because I want to chit chat.
I've gotten to that point now where I had to take that seriously because I was actually forfeiting a hell of a lot of sleep.
Right.
By allowing certain panelists in the back room to just keep chatting at me for 2 hours.
Well, you enjoy it, but I mean, at that point, you might as well be up on panel doing it.
Yeah, yeah. That's the way I felt a couple times. It's like everything Travis. And B Lady, yeah. B Lady likes it. But Travis goes, okay, Phil, I get it.
Well, I nowadays I do stay on the back panel. I don't just exit and leave on my streams. I may have some other people's,
right?
But not on my streams. I always appreciate and they say thank you to folks and whatnot.
Yep.
But it's not a long goodbye.
No. And the only time you ever cut out now without given a big explanation is after a challenge or something.
Yeah,
you'll say, well, guys, I ended the stream because my guts are killing me. Yeah, I gotta go. You guys chat if you want, but I'm gone. Bye. And then he leaves. And
that 53 wings, I was afraid I was gonna make it to the toilet.
Yeah, that's terrible.
That was terrible. Next 5 visits to the latrine was terrible. So could have used that pressure washer you use in the campgrounds.
Yeah.
Get some of that spackle off.
Yeah. Boy, I'll tell you what, that one restroom, Travis from Great Lakes, he'll appreciate me when I get into detail with him about that one restroom that I had to really clean up. I swear to God, anybody that craps all over the back lid, the rim, down the pedestal, a little on the walls, quite a bit on the floor. Anybody has a blowout like that, I sure the hell hope they went to see their doctor, because that ain't normal. That ain't right. That ain't normal. They had to have had, I think they had a blowout and they were about 1.5 feet, 2 feet from the stool when they had the blowout.
Well, you get people that don't want to sit on the toilet. That toilet's disgusting. They make it even worse.
Yeah, look at Travis is saying, am I going to have flashbacks? He had a nasty one last year. Oh, yeah. It was like that, man. It was like that. Yeah, seek medical attention.
Well, it sounds like the sprayer with the soap and the power washer and whatnot. You can pretty much be hands off. You should be able to wash it from the top down. Plenty of gloves. You know, as long as you got like a dust, like a stand-up dustpan to get the toilet paper and shit off the floor. It sounds like, except for the fact that you yourself have to be in that enclosed
see, that's the
area
thing is,
going on.
yeah, not like toilet paper stuff on the floor. You're wearing them gloves.
Right.
I picked this stuff off the floor. I assume it's contaminated. It's touching the floor, man.
Yeah.
And I picked that all up. I put it in the garbage can. It's got a bag liner in it. Put it in the garbage can. Peel those gloves off, and I put a fresh pair on. I use a pair just to pick. If I got to pick things off the floor, I use a pair for that. Then I use a pair for cleaning the toilet. So
yeah, they give you plenty. That's good.
You just
now do you
more than one nasty, but yeah.
Can I ask a question? When you do this, do you do anything with your beard?
I put it, I double ponytail it.
Yeah.
And then I stick it inside my shirt.
Okay, because I would think like a beard like that would be a big catcher for debris and stuff.
So that's about all that's showing.
Okay.
When the beard's prepped for me cleaning the restrooms. But the thing is you shouldn't get any debris in your face. I mean,
well, if you're spraying stuff, there'd be.
Oh no, you're not spraying up here or nothing. But when you're spraying down here, shit, that's arm's length plus it's a 3.5 foot rod. So you're 7 feet away from yourself.
All right.
Yeah. There's a good way to keep that stuff from where you don't have to do. During the COVID thing, they were required to wear rain suits to go in and clean those nasty bathrooms because of the COVID thing. You didn't know what you'd get on yourself. And yeah, they had their, they didn't issue me no rain suit because Chris said that if you have one that bad, he says we should burn down the outhouse. But he said because of the COVID requirements, that's why they issued rain suits. And hey, size detecting, it is great to see you. I'm doing excellent. The Si's awesome, man. He's out there metal detecting.
I don't think I've ever seen Si's before.
No,
I don't think so.
Yeah, he does metal detecting, and his son has Coles Outdoors, and I watch his son's channel. I watch Si's, and he's got some great finds, man. He's out there metal detecting. I got to get my metal detector fired up this year.
Everybody's got a metal detector. They need to get fired up.
Need the torch option. He was just kidding, of course, Travis. But yeah, if he had, I wouldn't have had any bathrooms left. That's right. Yeah, except for the ones that are all concrete. There are some restrooms. The whole restroom's poured concrete. No wood in them. Those are hard to burn. All my restrooms are wood on top of cement slabs. Yeah. we're going to have Destination Great Lakes. Travis and I are going to have fun this summer because we're going to do quite a few collabs, I'm sure. Then I had a face mask, a face shield. Yeah. Yeah, I've only been there 2 weeks and I'm loving it. I say that in my It's Official video that's going up on the channel this week. I say, yeah, I'm loving it. And I say, I don't think I'm going to end up hating it. I'm loving it. I really enjoy it. I can't wait to throw my kayak on its cart and haul it down to West Twin Lake because you got to get there. There's a little parking area and there's a trail takes you down to the shoreline of West Twin Lake. Otherwise, all of West Twin Lake is either government or a few private homes. There's no boat landing, so you don't have power boats out there running all over or anything. And it's got awesome largemouth bass in that lake, and I can't wait to go in there and fish it. There's a nice shoreline spot, big cedar trees. Sit under those and have your lunch, and and it's just a half a mile from my campground to that portage down to that little lake. Yeah, love it. A 90-degree, 90-degree day, having to wear the rain suit, face mask, a shield. I mean, our supervisor Chris, he give me 6 packs, 2 air fresheners per pack. Guess what? I've already used 4 packs. Some of those outhouses got 2 air fresheners put in them right away. That's one thing I do like is he says, any of this stuff you run out of, just holler and I'll bring you more. I'll bring you all you can ever need. And I told him, I said, I'm going to be asking for a lot more air fresheners, man. That usually they hang them little Christmas trees in the outhouses. Actually, they work pretty good in the outhouses.
Oh, do they?
You hang 2 to 4 of them in an outhouse.
2 to 4, yeah.
Yeah. But he gave me these, I don't even know what brand they are, but they're the round jobs with the sticky back, stick them to the wall and you turn it and opens up. And it's got a nice lemony kind of smell. And I had to put a couple in a couple of the restrooms at the 2 campgrounds while the boat landing. I couldn't believe that boat landing after I cleaned everything. That damn boat landing bathroom smells good. And there's not a single air freshener in the place.
Huh.
And so it was kind of, I don't even know where the guardhouse is, Travis. But I got to figure that out yet. Hey, I had a camper, a fella, his wife, and their 3 little monsters at Beaver Lake Campground. And I said hi to them. I was doing a walkthrough. I noticed they didn't have a ticket on there. It's a reserve site, but no reservations this time of year. But you put your receipts tab on the campsite post so that we know that you paid, right? Well, I noticed there wasn't one there, and they had obviously spent the night. So I just said hi to them, and they started talking to me. So I walked into their campsite and walked around the front of their van. It's not on the dashboard because if you don't have it on the post, you're supposed to have it on the dash of the vehicle. And I go, I really hate to say this, but Did you folks pay for last night? Oh, we forgot. Oh, yeah, they forgot. All right. They forgot. The guy's wife slipped and said, oh, yeah. We stayed 2 nights over at Moose Lake, which is one of Travis's campgrounds.
No.
They said, we spent 2 nights up at Moose Lake, and we didn't realize it till we got here that we forgot to pay for those 2 nights. They're hopscotching around and staying for free on any open campsite they can find. So I chased them out. I told them, I said, really, you need to pay for last night. And if you're staying another night, you need to have a receipt for tonight. And I went and finished off all my chores. And by the time I was at the dumpster throwing the garbage away, there they are pulling out of the campground. I went down to their campsite. No, all cleaned out. They're gone. And didn't pay, of course. I'm sure they didn't stop at the station to pay. They
already had their camping done. Yeah.
The guardhouse is here. What do you mean the guardhouse is here? You mean your little shack thing there at your campground?
I don't know.
Because they're talking about there's a place in Clam Lake that I can pick up supplies and stuff from. Yeah. Upgrade from the trees I used in the past.
What's up, Joy?
Yeah, they're Airwick. They're Airwick brand. Little white disc jobs. But watch it. They don't like to stick to that laminate wall that they have in some of those outhouses. Stick them to the window frame or just set it on the windowsill. Yeah. Show you where it is. This weekend, we're responding to Dojo's allotment. Jeff. Okay, yeah. I told you I can't see the chat or the shit. It was Dojo saying the guardhouse is there.
Right.
Yeah. He's in charge of the guardhouse, Dojo. Yeah.
Joy,
good to see you. I wish Dojo was in charge of our guard shack, but then I would never get nothing done. I'd be hanging out there, and I'd be on the internet with him. Yeah, our supervisor was so concerned that truck that I was taking would have been too small, and that thing is so sweet. I can put about 3/4 of a case of toilet paper with all my other cleaning materials, paper towels, my gloves, all that kind of stuff, all the dry kind of stuff in that box with the toilet paper, and have another full case of toilet paper in the back seat of that truck. And all I do is lower that back window. Everything's right there. And it's so slick. It's So
does it feel like a job yet?
It doesn't. That's why I like it. Is I thought, okay, is this going to feel like I'm at work?
Right.
No. The flexibility is there that I'll make a run up by you Saturday and we can check out the guardhouse together. I know where it is. Okay, sounds good. I haven't talked to Chris about how to check anything out of the guardhouse. He said he's going to set up stacks of stuff for me that'll be tagged and blah 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 blah. But what was I saying before that? Jesus. I had worried that it would start feeling like, oh, I'm obligated. I got to do this at a certain time of the day and that at a certain time of the day. And I'll have to squeeze in some enjoyment once in a while. It's just the opposite. My supervisor's constantly saying, well, that's like with this COVID shot. He says, if you feel at all any kind of effects, they say that you could feel like you got mild flu or something. He says, just take a couple days off. Who gives a shit? Don't worry about it. And he keeps telling me when I tell him, oh, I had to run up to Beaver Lake, and that took me 4 hours because I had 4 fire pits I had to shovel out. They were supposed to have been done last year, and he said someone lied to me. he wasn't happy about that. And I video a lot of the things I do that seem extra, just so that I can show them what we had to do. And he told me, he says, God, he says, why didn't you do 1 or 2 fire pits over the next 3 visits up there? I said, because after the 21st of May, that campground is booked. The whole month of May, those campsites that had the full fire pits are booked. I wouldn't be able to get in there and clean a fire pit out.
Without hot coals, right?
Without hot coals. Or somebody's going to be in a site for 2 damn weeks. That's 2 weeks you're not going to be able to clean it out.
Right.
And so I wanted them done before peak season starts. And he goes, no, you're working too hard. He said, you want to be able to do this stuff casually. He says, because it does take a lot of effort, you still want to be able to do it and take a break whenever you want. Go fishing for the day and say, the hell with the campgrounds. I'm
You're
done.
gonna make the rest of the volunteers look bad. Is what he's saying.
Basically. Yeah. Don't, well, and that's it too, is he said, don't clean a bathroom that doesn't need to be cleaned. Because I check all my bathrooms every day, but the most I'll usually do is add a roll or 2 of toilet paper and sweep it out if it needs it.
Right.
And I check that toilet out, the riser, and if there's a single dribble that's gotten on it, then I'll wash it. I'll clean it, But my campground that I'm staying in, only the 1 bathroom has ever been used. The other bathroom didn't get used except by a drive-through that stopped and had a blowout,
Oh, geez.
and crapped all over the place. And someone had asked earlier, could it be little kids that lost control, of themselves and had the runs or whatever? Oh, no. You had to have been close to 6 feet tall to be able to get crap that high.
No.
The kid would have had to have been standing up on top of the rim of the toilet to crap all over everything like that. But like I said, that pressure washer is so awesome. And the squeegee, yeah. I love it because you can sanitize and pressure wash everything before you wipe it all down with paper towels, dry everything off, and make sure it's wiped clean. And so, yeah, I'm going to give him his toilet brush back, for crying out loud. I thought for sure I was going to need that, but no.
What's up, Jan and John? Adventures in the Heartland?
Don't tell me the mess continues. I'll tell you what, hey, Adventures in the Heartland, we'll try and make it at the end of the month, if we can. Yeah, watch. The campground's getting pretty well booked up. But like I said, if we have to, we can put you down at Day Lake, which is It's 4 miles. It's not, well, it's 3 miles. But by the time you drive into the campground, it's 4 miles from my campsite. But there's campsites. There's campsites, and we're going to get you in one. And they want to do some fishing. Now, Day Lake's a good fishing lake. Walleyes, muskies, all the panfish and bass. Yeah. About 3 years ago, it wasn't worth a shit because they drained the lake almost completely.
Really?
It's got a dam at the one end.
Damn
And they did it for weed control in the lake to get rid of the invasive weeds, you know.
Sure.
And the problem is it beat the hell out of the fish population, but it's come back to fishing. And the fish can get into that lake from upstream. So it just took a while for it to get repopulated. Now there's plenty of fish in it. We need a site for 3 to 4 days. We can use the pack-in site. No fishing this time, just spending some time. Oh, the pack-in site's a reservable site. So recreation.gov. Yeah, yeah. Otherwise, site 1 and 3 are the only non-reservable sites at my campground. Otherwise, all the other sites after the 21st of May have to be reserved.
1 and 3, they're like what? First come, first serve.
Yeah.
How do you do that? You like kind of how do you find?
You get in there and there's nobody in the site. You pull in, you go down, and you pay.
Yeah, but you gotta wait for nobody to be in the site. I mean, it's like,
yeah.
I would think there'd be like someone waiting if there was like if you knew there were no reservations.
Well, if somebody comes in and our first come first serve sites are occupied,
right?
I'm not shy to ask the camper that's in the site, when do what's your planned day of departure? And if they say, well, we're heading out tomorrow, then I suggest to this person that would like that site, suggest to them another campground, which is close by. Go take a first come first serve there, and then zip your butt over here before they leave their site tomorrow, and you can squeeze in right behind them. And so you try to work with them, you know. And fortunately, we have enough campgrounds in the area that you can usually find somewhere for them to go.
That's good.
If you know they are coming, your truck will just have to break down while you're cleaning one of those sites on the day of their arrival. Yeah. If the site's empty, somebody pulls out of it, and that's the day that somebody's coming to your campground. You want to get them a site. You go in there and you park the truck and lift the hood. Walk back to your campsite and have a very long cup of coffee until they get there. Then you go close the hood, start the truck, and drive out of there and let them pull in. Yeah, there's little things, I just want to do some hiking. Oh, there's some beautiful hiking areas there. Yeah, we got some beautiful areas to hike. In fact, Jan, you get there, we'll take a day, and we'll just take my truck, my personal truck, and we're going to take one day, and we're going to go see some awesome waterfalls, man. There's one route I'll take you to see 4 different waterfalls in that one day, and you'll get some serious hiking in, at 2 of the waterfalls. You'll get your exercise. The beautiful waterfalls, though. 2 of them are real remote. I mean, we got to go way back in the woods to them. We drive right within a football field's distance to the falls, but you got to drive a good 6-8 miles through the woods just to get to where you could walk into those. But you come on up, John and Jan. We'll do that. We'll do that.
Pure energy.
3 days hiking in the they were in the Smokies. That's one thing I'm surely missed. I found that out last night. Everybody's been posting stuff. They're doing stuff, and it's not like it was before camp season where every day I could see what's fresh and catch what went up fresh, every day. Now I'm looking at 2 weeks worth of stuff going, there ain't no way. There's no way. This winter I'm going to be really busy trying to catch up. Only 12 school days left, and then camping full time. Hey, Travis, have a good next 12 days.
Oh, man.
You're going out to camp to set up this weekend? But and then permanent out there after 12 days. Yeah. For good reason, he told Chris, our supervisor, that he wasn't going to go out there this last weekend because it was too damn cold. Yep, he's right. He's right.
It was too cold here in Michigan, and you're further north than I am. So
the native Grammy, I made reservations a couple weeks ago. Doubt if I can take the time off and get out there, but we'll cancel if not. Oh, there you go. Yeah, you can. That's one of the things that's a real bummer. One of the guys has to run me out my reservation report because to the campsite, and they got to do that on a daily reports. And because I can print them off here at home, but I can't there. I don't have the internet. I don't have the capability to print them off there. And I have to fill out all the reservation plaques that go on the campsites.
Okay.
And right now I printed off all the reservations that we have so far from May 21st till June 20th. And I've got 67. I got 67 campers that are going to be at 2 campgrounds with only 20 campsites total. 20 campsites in a 30-day period, and there's 67 reservations. So a lot of turnover, but they're getting filled up. Really quick. Travis, you have a very good night. You can reach me. I got cell service.
Yeah, don't try him on Facebook Messenger. He won't answer.
No. I don't. Nothing for Facebook shows up on my phone. Nothing.
Do you have a smartphone? Or flip phone?
It's smarter than me.
I'm going to leave that comment alone.
It's supposed to be smart.
What's up, Newfound Drone Products?
Hey, good to see ya. It's supposed to be a smartphone, and the thing is the problem I have. I've got overlapping finger problems. I can't just to text. I mean,
okay.
If I sit here with a keyboard, it takes me 10 seconds to write 2 paragraphs.
Right.
If I were to write 2 sentences in a text on my phone, it'll take me 5 minutes. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to read it. And I'm always hitting shit that I'm not supposed to hit, deleting that, jumping to that, and I get my emails on there to my private email account, and that's driving me nuts. I wish you were here, JCT. I'd have you be my secretary. That'd be fun.
I sometimes tell people off on my cell phone, and I don't even mean to. It happens. I don't know. I don't know what it is.
I just don't know how that happens.
I don't know how it happens. The phone speaks for me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't. It thinks it knows what I want to say, and that's not really what I want to say.
Yeah, the phone's making assumptions.
Yes, right, exactly.
Yeah.
It's funny. We were doing some stuff on 210 last night, and this morning I wake, and one of the songs I played, actually some stuff I was talking about too, and it was all on YouTube. None of it was on Facebook. But it was Iron Maiden. They were talking about songs and things like that. Iron Maiden is one of my favorite bands. And what kept coming up on Facebook this morning when I went into it? Iron Maiden stuff. And it's like, yeah, them sons of guns are listening to you. They know everything you're saying. You know, don't say anything you don't want the rest of the world to know, because Facebook knows. That phone, it might be, you know, unless you hold a button and turn that son of a bitch completely off, it's never off. It's always listening.
Listening to something. That, you know, I get that. My Facebook and my one email account every day, anywhere from 15 to 30 posts for diabetes. This will cure it. That'll cure it. You can do this. You can do that. Shit. All diabetes. And I get just as many arthritis, because I'm an old fart, you know, and I'll say, oh, this hurts or that hurts. The next thing I know, I'm getting arthritis posts for the next 5 days up the yin yang. And yeah. Yeah, newfound drone. Yeah. Slayer fan. Yeah, that's something I gotta get done by this weekend too, is get my instrument hangers in my trailer, because I'm keeping them all rolled up in these soft throws blankets. Other than the mandolin, that's in a gig bag, that's in a safe bag. But
you got them with you, huh?
Oh yeah, I got them with out at camp. And the thing is I gotta keep them in a spot where they don't get exposed to extreme temperature changes.
Yeah,
because you'll end up with humidity and condensation problems. And if the temperature changes gradually, slowly, it's not an issue. It's when it changes abruptly that you got to really watch. And then in my trailer, I'm going to be rigging up 12-volt lights, so I don't use the Coleman lantern at all in there when the instruments are in there, because anything on propane adds a ton of moisture in the air.
Well, that's true. And one of the big byproducts of that. Oh, but byproducts of a lot of that stuff.
Yeah. But
Eileen,
I was out there. One thing. Yeah, Eileen, how to remove a sty. I did get a couple opportunities. I was messing around with my Hobro a little bit, like the steel guitar, hillbilly steel guitar. And hi, Mystic Bunny. and 2 evenings I got to sit out there and really struggle with the mandolin. Thank God I had neighbors in the next campsite that they considered it great entertainment to hear somebody that doesn't know how to play try.
Maybe you find someone out there that knows, right? And they just didn't bring theirs.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of cool too.
That's, I want to get where, I can play a little background to somebody that really knows how to play, just to jam along with them,
Right.
And yeah, last week one day, it was such a beautiful freaking day, and I was all done with all my camp chores. Really had nothing to do. So I'm just diddling around camp, trying to figure out something to do. And I'm bellowing out these old hillbilly songs. And I can't sing
look it anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't look good naked.
You weren't doing that one, were you?
No.
All right.
I think they can figure that out without the song.
I was just thinking, it just popped into my head. I don't know where it came from, but you know.
Yeah. Why would
it popped into my head?
Yeah. No, not as if anybody ever plays that, right?
Right. Exactly, right?
It's ridiculous so that I gotta listen to that 2-3 times a week, you know. People writing songs about me, you know. Samantha Lee doing that.
Right. I mean, why would you?
What the heck?
What's what?
Assure you. Guaranteed.
Where the heck did that come from?
I don't know. There's a copyright. There's a copyright
It
for
will
me.
be. You'll have to go through and mute that. Yes, that is.
And I won't be able to do it for a week. So, well, they don't.
Within
they
a couple hours, it should pop up.
They only. Well, is it that
Are you
one?
spending the night? Are you spending the night there tonight?
Yeah.
Okay.
They only limit your monetization with that one, though, don't they?
Well, no. I mean, you can go through. It'll pop up probably about an hour or two after your live is done. Maybe not even that long.
Right.
And then all you do is go through and mute it, and then now that'll take 12 to 18 hours, and then they'll mute that, and then it'll be back at normal.
Now, but if I just leave it in there, you'll
lose that 34 cents.
Right, you just lose the monetization. They limit your monetization. It's not a strike. It's just a copyright claim.
Well, see, I always do the best I can to clear all that out, because when I become this great big YouTuber and everybody wants to go back and look at all the live stuff I did back when I was a smaller YouTuber, you know, I want to make some money on that stuff.
Then you go back and mute that shit. Why go to all that work unless you're sure it's happening?
That's never happening. But anyways,
I've got a couple. I got a couple of videos that have copyrights on them. I just left them. Yeah. Oh, good night, E-Waste. Hey, I'll see you next week, I hope. Next Wednesday, guys. Yeah. 7 o'clock. I've decided I'm doing them at 7 on Wednesdays because it works. I can get something done when I get here. And plus I can have my supper before I do a live stream instead of eating at 11, 12 o'clock at night, you know.
How does it feel to be back in your bed after being in that campground? Is it you get more rest here than you do out when you're out camping?
Oddly enough, the comfort, I would say it. The thing here is I jump into bed, one light blanket, and then I kick that sucker off halfway through the night.
Okay.
Because it's warm in here. It's about 70, 72 degrees in here. At camp, it's below freezing. You're buried, you're covered, but I sleep so much better at camp than I do here. Yeah.
Now you wearing your CPAP?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. I wear the CPAP every night there in camp. It seems to be working out pretty good. The generator seems to be keeping my deep cycle batteries topped off, so I can
Okay.
run my little fridge and I can run my CPAP and my laptop and a few other things connected to the batteries. Otherwise, when the Jenny's running, I'm just running 110 for everything, the computer and all that stuff's all just running on
So
straight juice.
is generator running when you're sleeping?
No,
Okay.
no. Generators have to be shut off by 10 p.m.
Okay.
in the campground and can't be fired up until after 6 a.m. Now, the 10 p.m., I think that's reasonable. People are out there camping. They want nice, quiet evenings. There's usually around the campfire between 9 and 10, and then they want it to quiet down. That's what they're there for.
To get started. Yep.
Yeah. And so 10 o'clock, quiet time, totally understand.
Yep.
6 a.m., though, for quiet time to end, I think they should make that 8, 8 a.m., like the city ordinance here, where a contractor can't be out in your yard running a chainsaw or nailing boards until 8 o'clock in the morning because of noise ordinances. Well, I think that rule should go to camp too. 6:15 in the morning, and some assholes out there banging cast iron pans together, hooping and hollering. It's going to be a beautiful day. Shut the fuck up, and it's going to be your funeral today.
Exactly, right?
I like to sleep until 7:30, and at 6 o'clock you're noisier than hell. That's yeah.
It's hard. It's hard though when you're camping. Even for us, I mean, we would stay up late. It's hard once that light. When you're out camping, once it gets light, you maybe have got an extra hour that you can toss and turn and lay in that sleeping bag before you're finally like, fuck it, I'm just gonna get up, get out, get by the fire, warm my bones a little bit, and get to moving around.
I always say camping, we all turn into chickens when we go to camp. When the sun goes down, we want to roost. When the sun comes up, we want to crow and get to going.
Yeah.
And
we don't want to. We just have to.
It's our system makes that decision because, like you said, in the mornings, I'll wake up. Well, shit, it gets light at 5:30 in the morning.
Right.
I'll pull covers over my head. I'll see what time it is, and I'll pull covers over my head and tell myself, don't get out from under them damn covers until that 7 o'clock alarm goes off. Because the minute I pop my head out from under there after 5:30, I'm awake. Because the light's coming through with the topper on my camper, and it's just like, oh yeah, it's frickin' daytime. Get out. I only got 5 hours of sleep. A what?
A nightshade on that topper yet?
I've got a blanket that hangs.
Okay.
Between, right at the edge of that opening in the roof, between there and it's at the foot of my bunk.
Okay.
So I can block all the sunshine out. But if it's a really bright morning, it still kind of glows through the blanket. And I can tell.
It's better than getting hit by direct sunlight. It's funny because our bedroom on our house, we're on the backside, and the sun rises in our bedroom window. And we got something across that, and it's just, I got to pull it across so that, you don't get that direct sunlight. And trust me, this one edge, if it's not pulled all the way over, you'll actually get sunlight directly on our faces of our pillows. So,
yeah. Good
night, be lady.
Hey, good night, be lady. Some people, it's weird because I'd say about half the campers, they want to shake it out and get all packed up and get the hell out of there about 8, 9 o'clock. And the other half of the campers, you're going around reminding them, check out by 2:00. You got to get out of here at 2:00 in the afternoon. Somebody's going to want that site. They get up, they fix breakfast, they diddle around. It takes them forever to pack their stuff up. And then they're going, well, it's lunchtime. Let's start a fire and roast some wieners for lunch. And then the next thing you know, they're going, oh my God, we only have a half hour to pack up and get the hell out of here. It's 2:00 in the afternoon. You know, different, it's different strokes for different folks.
Yeah,
And
we were always those people. We don't even eat breakfast on the morning that we're leaving. We get up, get a little bit warm. You find yourself kind of start putting stuff away slowly, and the next thing you know, you start thinking about the 2 or 3 hour drive home.
right.
Getting home, have to unpack all your stuff, have to put all your stuff. By the time you get home, get all that stuff packed away and do everything else, it's kind of like, yeah, I mean, that day is going to be completely gone,
Right. It's a travel day. Yeah.
Well, for us, the place we went camping was 3 hours away.
Right.
So even if you got out of there by, say, 10 o'clock in the morning,
it's 1:00 before you're home.
And you unpack everything and do everything else. You
2, 3 o'clock.
It could be 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And then next day's work. So
that's the worst part is if you got to work the next day. See, I'm one, and I still do that. If I was leaving camp on a specific day, I guarantee you when I go to bed that night, I've got maybe 15 minutes of buttoning things up and I can go down the road.
Oh, okay.
People, it drives them nuts because I'll hook my trailer up to the truck. Well, the trailer got a little bit of tongue height on it when it's hooked up to the truck. I don't give a shit. My head's on that end of the trailer anyway, so I'm sleeping like in a hospital bed, But I want it all hooked up, ready to go. I get up in the morning. I'm only up long enough to heat up some coffee and fill my thermos, put that crap in the trailer, lock the door, jump in the truck, take off down the road with a cup of coffee. And yeah, the sun's just coming through the trees by then,
Yeah.
And people, and for the same reasons you're discussing, man, by the time I get home and then reorganize everything, stuff that's got to go in the house, stuff that stays in the truck, that blah, blah, blah. And it's always midday before I can then just relax at home.
Right.
And it gives you a chance to kind of recover. Where leaving it like at noon, shit, it's dark before I'm done and can relax, That's not relaxing to me.
Yeah. And usually when we go camping, we're not out there very long. I wish I could go out there for a week. We actually get some time, but usually we're out there for 2 or 3 nights, and a couple of those nights are, used to be, might still be again, I don't know, drinking pretty heavily. So you don't really get a good night's sleep anyways, because you're up a few times a night and everything else. And yeah, it's not like laying in your bed having restful sleep.
Yeah. Many times I've taken the shorter camps, 2, 3, 4 nights, and we'd come home and I'd say, God, I can't wait to get home so I can recover from camp. Well, and before I got to camp, I'm saying I can't wait to get to camp so I can recover from work, and you never recover. One creates a new issue.
Our camping with our friends has always been on their property, and it's always had some little cleanup and stuff that we do in order to improve the site. So the next time we would be there, so we do a little bit of work and stuff around there too. It was mostly just hanging out and having a good time, but there was a little bit of work that we'd always do to make it a little bit better. So the next time we go down there, things won't be quite as crazy. So,
Yep. I have these folks in the campsite right next to me. Well, first this guy pulls in. He's got this neat little compact trailer. He's pulling it behind like a Subaru. I mean, I couldn't believe that little SUV could pull that trailer because the trailer is bigger than the fucking car. And he says, no, actually, the trailer's pretty light and pulls really nice behind it. And I said, so are you just here for the night or what? He says, no, I'm here for the whole week. And I go, a week? And he goes, yeah. He says, I've got a couple of friends that are going to be showing up too, and they'll be over in campsite 1. I said, okay. Well, when his friends showed up, this guy, he's got a big GMC 3/4 ton with a 5th wheel with a gooseneck trailer with this great big ass John Deere tractor loader on that trailer. And that's the only drive-through site we have. And it's designed for 24-foot trailer. It's a small drive-through. And it's kind of a half-moon drive-through with a big tree in the center. Somehow he squeezed that big-ass rig into that campsite and puts up this little dome tent. Him and his wife are staying in their dome tent. Find out that the 3 of them bought a piece of property just a few miles, about 5 miles north of my campground. And they're on another lake, but it's all wooded, the whole piece of property. And it's a nice piece of property. They got 400 feet of lake shore, and it's their own little cove on that lake. It's really nice property. It's got this little access road built onto it that's only about maybe 40, 50 feet long. And the trees are right up to the road, and right at the end of the road, it's just a road cut in the woods. And they said, we're going to be in there clearing because we want to make some permanent campsites in there for us to come. When we come up here, we'll stay at our own property right on the lake there. Said, makes sense. I said, why aren't you staying there? He says, like I said, it's just this little road. There's nowhere you can even pitch a tent. It's all timber.
Yeah.
And they hauled that trailer and tractor to that site, backed it in there, and they started cutting. And they cut all week in there. And I went over there to take a look at their progress. Holy God, they cleared out 2 beautiful sites that are going to be campsites. And the one they had a truck coming in, they're laying gravel, so they had a nice gravel pad for this guy's trailer to go in there. And I said, well, you're all set up, back your trailer in there now. He goes, no, I like it here at the campground. I like it here. He said, they're going to camp on the property. I'm staying here at the campground. Well, then he left today, and I talked to him last night, and I told him, I won't see you when you leave, but I said, you have a safe trip home. And he goes, oh, I'm going to be back on the 18th. I'll be here the 18th, 19th, and the 20th. He said, and then because the site I'm using will be reserved by somebody, I'll go up to our campsite. But I'm going to spend my first 3 days here. I go, why pay for a site here when you got your own private place? He goes, well, we ain't got no bathrooms like you got here. He says, up there, he says, you do like the bears. He says, you got to shit in the woods. Okay, I get it. Yeah, he loves it. He says, so, and they were so quiet all week. That couple would come back and they'd camp at the site across from his. They were there 4 nights, and then they went up to their place to camp. But they were quiet folks, and he kayaked and the couple canoed. Every night they'd go around the lake kayaking and canoeing. Very nice people to talk to. And I said, so you're coming back up alone? He goes, well, they're not going to be back up this month. But he said, I am, and I'm bringing my son with. He says, he's flying in. And I go, flying in? He goes, yeah, he's flying in from Montana. His son lives in Montana. I said, so just to visit? And he goes, that's what he thinks. He says, we got a lot of work yet to do up at that property. He says, yeah, he thinks he's coming to visit. He's coming to work. Yeah. Hey guys, I see that you got to be heading to bed, and
Yeah, I got 11 and a half hours ahead of me tomorrow. So
I've got 2 campgrounds that I gotta patrol and clean the restrooms, and a boat landing I gotta patrol and clean the restroom, and got to get all that stuff done by noon tomorrow. And I'm hoping they'll come and cut my trees down tomorrow in the
there
campsite.
you go.
But so I gotta shake it out as the sun comes up at 5:30. Try to get out of here 6:30, 7 o'clock to get my camp chores done and get settled in camp. So I think we're gonna wrap it up it's at the 3-hour mark. It's been an awesome stream, guys, and just so everybody knows, you can expect to see me next Wednesday, same time. We'll do it again at 7
There you
o'clock.
go.
And I think we'll run them for 3 hours each week. It was a great conversation. Thanks for being up here, Phil.
Oh, no problem.
Yeah.
Love being here.
Yeah.
Kind of miss talking to you on a semi-daily basis.
Yes. It's weird. It's weird. It comes to mind all the time out of camp. Oh, Jesus, wonder what they're up to. Wonder what he's doing. Because I know you're always up to something.
Something.
Yeah. Everybody out there in the chat, good night, folks. Love you all. All my channel members, you're all awesome people. Love every one of you. Now, keep an eye out this week. Every single day for the next 7 days, there'll be a video going public at 8 a.m. in the morning. So it's available for 24 hours before the next video pops up. So every day there's a video. And I think the longest one is 18 minutes. The shortest one is like 6 minutes. So they're not terribly long. But you'll get to see what's some of the stuff Sty did in the last 2 weeks.
Daily dose of Sty.
Yeah, daily dose. You get a daily dose. Yeah, you don't. Yeah, don't OD.
Yeah, don't OD on it. No.
Yeah, don't OD on it.
If you want to, go to one of the playlists. So
that's oh, and that's it. If you want to see the camp videos this summer, there is a playlist. A summer of hosting camp playlist. So that's where all these videos, all the videos I do from this point forward are going in that playlist. So
there you go.
So there you go, guys. Everyone have a very good night. All of you take very good care, and I'll see you next Wednesday, right?
Right.
So, and we're going to do like we always used to, and I'm just going to dance my ass out of here, right? Love y'all. Bye-bye.
Keep it spicy.
Yeah, keep it spicy.